Yeah, I was gonna say.
Hello and welcome back to the Wild Weird West for Derringers and Desperados. We are here doing one of our pre-recorded episodes of the Western that is being run by Braden, and I will turn it over to him momentarily. But before we get started, just a few quick reminders, as always. You can find all of our video content that we produce out on YouTube, so go out to YouTube, search for Casual Cactus, Casual with a C, Cactus with a K, and you'll be able to find all of the video content that we've ever produced, including these one-shots and these pre-recorded sessions. We've got a lot out there. I haven't even done the count to know how many hours worth of video there are, but we are adding to every week. So be sure that you are keeping up with that. And if it's your first time on our YouTube channel, do hit like and subscribe. Make sure you turn on your notifications, and you'll always know when we put new content out. We also run a Discord server that will always let you know when we are doing things on the channel. We try to keep that schedule updated live so that you'll always know when our pre-recorded sessions go up and when our live sessions go up as well. So be sure you are logged into that. It's free to use. You don't have to, we don't make you sign up. There's no passwords, nothing like that. We just ask that you be nice and kind and don't look at me like that.
He was looking at him. He was just
he was making a face. There's no sign-ups or anything like that. It's a free open server. Just be kind and be nice to everyone, and you'll be fine. We do have a pinned channel on there that has the weekly schedule on it, so you'll always know when things are happening. So I am going to, at this point, just turn it over to our illustrious DM. That is Brady.
Hello.
Hello.
Last time on Derringers and Desperados, trying to figure out more of the lore behind these 7 deadly sins, you decided to track down a Professor Micmac, a person who was a professional when it came to the Rosetta culture. Tracking him down to this ginormous canyon, the Wailing Canyon. Talking to him, he informed you guys that there was like a repository of knowledge here in the canyon, but was was under protection is not the word, and siege is not the word. Was under guard from the Hofstetter mining company. You swiftly dealt with the mining company and sent them on their merry way. After a bit of prodding around, you found another one of those salt geodes, and cracking it open, went through some trial tests. Brought to you by a strange eagled spirit. Having completed the trial, you took a moment to look through all of the scroll that was given to you guys, and going through it for a few moments before 2 angels broke in, and though through a tense conversation were not swayed, you exited and collapsed the geodes on them, taking the eagled spirit Habal with you. Escaping into the night, you guys made your way, speaking to Habel, who told you a few things, more or less some of the origins of what happened to the Rosettas, and what he could piece together through what knowledge he had left in him, though he was quickly expired of current power and sort of went to sleep as you guys headed back to Mesa Springs to recover from your ordeal. And one of you made sort of a self-discovery about one's self, i.e. their patron.
Congratulations. That it is you.
Did I have one?
Oh, is this referring to the thing that I, just changed over? Or did I make a discovery that I don't know?
The discovery of...
that it's you.
You.
You in the future.
Oh.
Well,
Maybe.
we'll talk about that.
Okay.
So, I'll ask you, Bellamy, in that sort of instance. Would you keep the conversation going at that point, or pause for a moment to compose yourself before seeking more answers?
I mean, I've been talking to myself this long. I suppose there's no real sense in stopping. I might pause to compliment what a badass she looks like.
Okay. We will continue off where we left of the conversation. To remind you,
Yes, please.
you sort of was very adamant that the fortune teller finally tell you what's going on so you can better prepare for yourself. And then revealing, taking the hood off finally of their visage, you saw yourself, though slightly different. You can see the sleeve through some of the rolled up sleeves, because now you can see the hands as the sort of illusion of this version of yourself shows themselves to you. You can see as they had pulled back the sort of the robed cloak they were wearing, as they had pulled it back, it sort of turns from a robe to more of a shawl, as they sort of wear that around sort of a nice blouse. You can see along both the wrists and also the neck, you can see very heavy scarring. The hair is very wild. Think Professor Trelawney sort of hair. You can see there's a few trinkets or stuff in it. But you've seen yourself enough to know what you, of course, look like. The piercing, the eyes, the face. Though you're able to sort of change how you look age-wise. To what your actual age would be, you would say the woman standing in front of you is maybe 10 years older, comparatively to what you are now.
Never ask a woman's age.
Not unless it's you and you already know.
That's fair. That's fair.
As you assume sort of sits back, sort of looking at you.
Damn, we look good.
Thank you.
See, we got a little bit stiffer with age.
She actually chuckles on that. You can say that, yeah. Make an insight check real quick.
Okay, inside. Oh, 11?
11? Okay.
You're out of practice.
Actually, no. You have advantage. You would have advantage at this.
That's better. 15?
15. Okay. As she has talked to you for even those 2 sentences that she's just said, it's not you.
So this is an approximation of a me farther out. But you, this is her talking to herself. Mm-hmm. What are you showing me right now? Why are you showing me this?
Well, we're sort of connected. She sort of rubs the scar around her neck. Make a perception check.
Oh, that's just a +2. Also a 15.
Also a 15. Though it's very hard to see, there's just slight differences between the skin shading of her head and her body. Between the scars.
Do you just have that whole like undercarriage replaced? What exactly went on there?
New body who dis.
Should I be concerned? Because I'm concerned.
You're gonna get turned into a puppet.
Perhaps
You're a doll
perhaps
body.
some better introductions should be made.
Yes, please.
My name's Mary.
Well, mine's not, so that's a start.
I
Your patron is Co, the face stealer.
Oh.
I'm not you.
Got that?
I just happen to have the head of a fortune teller.
Who looks freakishly like me, who is a fortune teller.
Told you.
Do we die in the end?
She sort of puts her sort of like pushes some hair behind her ear, and you can see that there's also like a slight scar along the scalp a little bit that goes.
She is Co the face.
Yeah,
teller.
she's wearing your face.
Do you read books?
I point to my tome. My mouth's still kind of like.
Very well. I have a friend who you're very aware of. Orange irises. Lunaris. He, to remind you, Danny, Lunaris was one of the spirits that the Rosetta people experimented on.
Okay.
My version of Lunaris has a fascination of your world's novels.
All right. We Frankenstein. This is great.
There's a novel. It's called Silence of the Lambs.
I was assembled, and one of my parts happened to be my reality's version of your head.
You know how I said I had concerns? I do not believe that those have waned in the past few seconds.
And when you have the head of a fortune teller, there are sort of some connections one can have with other worlds. And you just happen to be a byproduct of some weird magic stuff.
So hold on now.
The Frankenstein Collective.
When you say me from a different world, now we're talking a literal different world, not like me in the future timeline of this one, right?
Two things can be true at once.
I am the future version of your dead body's head that is connected to you through another reality because of Lunaris.
At least you got 10 more years.
Did I have tea? What was in my tea? I didn't have tea. I don't know when I became so West Helena about this accent, but here we are. So you are a reflection of what I would be in this future.
To a certain point, yes.
You gonna be real offended if I try real hard to not let that be my future? Because personally, that's not something that I'm looking forward to.
Well, I mean, I've known you long enough to like you.
Well, I appreciate that, but I also like me, and I prefer to keep my head on my shoulders.
But I like answering questions. Look.
Oh, I'm not being aggressive towards you. I'm just...
No, it's fine.
Like, I like you too, but also I would prefer to stay alive.
And that's what I'm working towards.
But doesn't your existence kind of depend on me dying?
It's complicated.
So
Technically, in my timeline, or my reality, you already died.
Yeah.
And in the best interest of continually having my talking to me head buddy,
That was a title.
make an insight check.
Bellamy, the talking to
Oh.
me head buddy.
Oh, not great. Plus 5, so that's 10.
Okay.
Another advantage,
Talking to Mary, she seems sort of the eccentric type. She seems very lonely.
So
Seems like you might be the only one she ever talks
Oh,
to.
bless her heart. That's a real rough laugh. I know what it's like to talk to me. I do it all the time. Oh, dear.
So I've been trying to help you as much as I can, but my visions of what could happen or will happen or however it works comes to me in small blips that I try to help you with. I'm just very unclear on how this whole thing works. Which I'm sure you as well are pretty much the same way.
Nothing like your patron saying, "Look, I don't know how it works, man."
It's magic.
So between two of us, we've got both shoulders of shrug happening, is what I'm understanding.
Yeah, no, I'm trying to play this by hand as much as you are, so... But, all I know is that you might want to hold on to that, crystal thing that I made you hold on to.
All right.
Because that was a big thing in some of the visions I've seen.
What more specifically did you see in those visions about the crystal shiny thing?
It was more of the impression that when she died, or when you died, and that they really wished they had that.
Oh, so that's like the shiny rock of bringing people back?
Or something useful, I don't know.
Bellamy in a previous life just thought it was really cool and wished she could have seen it again one more time.
Please.
And then we do need it to make our big gun thing.
So keep hold of the cool shiny rock.
Mm-hmm.
I
And I will continue to figure out how to keep you alive as much as I can with some of the visions. I'm kind of... She sort of looks behind her and make a perception check.
It's a little better. Oh, but I only have a +2, 14.
14. It's very brief, but you kind of see just like the briefest like glimpse behind her, and you just see like cobbled streets.
Where are you?
I wouldn't. Don't worry about it. Me and a couple of friends are working out some stuff, and nothing too terrible.
Yep, everybody believes you.
You know that whole concern thing, it is still not getting any better. I mean, I do like you, and we look mighty good as a you, so, I mean, congratulations on that. But I am still highly concerned.
I will keep that in mind.
I'm sure you will.
We'll take it under consideration.
We'll keep this under consideration. And I wish I could answer more questions, but it's more of just I don't have the answers. And you haven't met him yet, but Elle is very, very different.
Now, by different, seeing as he done jigsawed a bunch of bodies together and all that good stuff, do you mean evil? Because that seems potentially evil. Now, you don't seem potentially evil. Well, I could be wrong about that, I know.
Well, thank you. I'm glad someone agrees upon that. But
Now I'm real concerned.
The more you talk, the worse it gets.
it's not that he's a bad guy, it's more of just he has ideas and he goes with it. I imagine you might meet him at some point. When you meet him, you'll understand.
Blink twice if you need help.
I mean, I always need help, yes. She does do like the double blink. I always need help, but it's not by him.
Then what?
She sort of looks back again, but
It's hanging out back there.
make another perception check.
Gosh dang it.
Nobody's hanging out back there.
Nobody's hanging out. It's an 8.
Okay. You
I
don't see
appreciate your
anything.
support, but you were not
You don't
supportive.
see anything back there.
You gonna be okay?
Yeah, I got Lewis with me. She's good.
You've got who?
Lewis.
Lewis.
Yes. If you think I'm eccentric, she's far beyond. But as much as I would love to continue with this, I'm sort of in the middle of
I
something,
gather.
and I will I will try my best to help whenever I can. Just, I guess, continue on the path you're going, and if it's not what you're supposed to do, I'll let you know.
Great, great. Lovely. I'll do my best, I guess. I thank you for your time and energy. And I guess for wearing my face so damn well.
Thank you.
Oh,
It sort of fades as she like turns around and starts walking off.
This may be my favorite version of finding out knowledge that you never wanted, like the forbidden knowledge, except instead of your patron being this unknowable eldritch being, you just find out that your patron is literally just as lost as you are. You have learned that no one knows who's driving the cart.
wow. But Frankensteins are real.
In whatever reality she's from.
Yeah.
See, my brain went to the evil witch from Return to Oz.
That's what I was
They could
thinking.
swap
Oh.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Interesting. Where am I in all this? Am I just like in my own?
Just calm
I
down.
imagine you were in your own little homestead that you have.
All right. So we're like
Wherever
back.
we got back to town
All right.
after our like a 2-week journey
Like a
through the
2 month or 2 weeks just to get back to town,
Yeah,
but like
yeah.
your 2 month excursion out of or month and a half. So you guys get a nice evening to yourselves, relaxing in what accommodations you find. The morning arises and we'll slowly go through the week to get you guys relaxed and prepared for the next leg of your journey. Is there anything anyone would like to do specifically or talk to anyone else about? Roleplay wise, what would you guys like to do?
Okay, what was the next thing that we were gonna go out?
You guys' plan was to head northward to Timber Pine. You know that it's a very large collective of pine trees, which is heavily referenced in the scrolls you had found. And you imagine that that's where the wood from the sapling of Yggdrasil is that you guys need for part of creating this weapon that you guys will need to defeat the 7 deadly sins.
I'd probably get together with some of the others at some point and just see like how their preparations are going and all of that. If they need anything, if you need blood.
During this week, he's fine.
No, look, things that don't make me feel any more comfortable.
When you gonna try mine?
Oh, are you actually asking? Because I'm not, unless I can figure more stuff out about it.
I think I would probably be hitting up the Tahitis,
The northern tequila.
the Northern Tequila, just checking to see what they've got in the way of better armor.
That's what I want to do, is get better.
Well,
armor.
then we'll say we'll move the plot there. You all gather after doing whatever on a certain day. Sort of just being like, alright, what's Tahiti got? As you guys head over to the small shop where the Northern Tequila is. The tequila bottle of wood sitting over the door frame as you guys enter. The smell of gunpowder immediately hits you, with gun oil as well as like fine metal dust in the air as you guys enter in. And you can see Tahiti's there sort of working on a gun, sort of twisting some screws in and singing, friends, welcome back, come in, welcome. How did the lunch work out for you?
It worked real good, make nice big boom.
Good to hear. I always pride myself on what I make. I assume you all are here for new things?
Particularly armor.
Armor. Very well then. If you give me a moment. You can check over here. I have to go get the tailor as he goes into the back and you hear some stairs. You guys look kind of where some of the armor is. You can see that there is, if I hopefully wrote it down.
Get me brain trying to figure out how one hears stairs.
Well, you can hear the wood.
Your eyeballs.
No, that wasn't my brain. Just as bad at interpretation tonight. Good. Carry on.
Okay, let me get the DR on armor make is.
Damage reduction.
Okay.
Yes.
So it's not missing, it's hit, but it takes less damage.
Mm-hmm.
So for the make, yes.
Okay.
The quality changes
If you get hit or not.
the AC.
So,
Yes.
as a reminder to how it works, with the armor make, it starts off at clothing. You all start with clothing. It then goes to tough, which is $30. Or no, sorry, armor quality. Sorry, common, which is all what you guys all have, is standard. Uncommon is $30. Rare is $90. And unique is whatever 90 times 3 is.
270.
270.
And then the make.
And then the make, clothing is the standard, which you all have. And it's the same thing. Tough starts at 30. Heavy starts at 90. And then super heavy is 270.
So expensive.
It is very expensive.
Does anybody want to make a bet with me, 1 to 10?
Absolutely.
What?
After a while, you hear the thumping of
I got 25. I need 250.
footsteps of two sets of feet. That's what it is. Coming down the stairs, and you can see entering in Senior Tahiti, and behind him, a very plump tiefling woman, sort of nice, lovely hair, wearing sort of a floral dress with a shawl. She's like, I'm the tailor. I'm Miss Tahiti, or Senorita Tahiti. My husband says that you all are looking at armor options and clothing.
I was.
I can speak for you. I think so.
We got you new boots already, didn't we?
We did.
They're broke in now. Blood stained and all.
Nate, will you send me that? I can't find where my PDF of it is.
Yeah, no, fair enough.
It's going around.
Like an NPC, she goes over to right where the armor and clothing is, so you can interact with her when that happens. And then Senior Tahiti sort of goes back to the counter, sort of NPCs, and then if you guys want to talk about weaponry, or if he has some special items, if you want to ask about those, feel free to ask questions.
All right, anybody got a bucket? Or just
I will go over and talk to. So now that I've got sort of an idea on prices for armor, I will go over to Tahiti and see what he has, special items wise, and whatever he's got going on over there.
Okay.
I'll listen in for that too.
Yeah, same.
Okay.
We just want to know all our options.
Okay. He has 3 different items. The first is sort of 2 pieces of string, one with balls at the end. He's like, these things, if you throw them at someone, it can sort of entangle them.
Bola?
Yes, have you heard of these?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I have a couple of these. You can throw them and cause them to get tangled with someone and make them fall down. How this works mechanically is you can throw a bola at someone within 10 feet or 30 feet with disadvantage. And then they have to make a dex save of 14, or they will become entangled and then go prone. And then it's a strength check to sort of get out. A strength check of 13.
So that's only if you hit, or is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
He then pulls out a small box, and inside has maybe about 6 shotgun shells. These I'm very proud of. They work the same as a slug, but at let me remind myself on range real quick. Whenever they get past their about 80 feet, once they hit about 80 feet, they sort of scatter out. How this works mechanically is that this slug basically becomes shot at 80 feet past. So
it's a slug at close range, but a spread at long range.
Mm-hmm. And then finally, I have a few of these, and he pulls out a stick with a red stick with a piece of string coming out of the top. And you can tell that it's like a stick that's painted red. I have a few of these if you all are interested.
Oh no.
Is this decoy?
Well, I'm not I'm not just gonna have it open in the middle of explosive, very highly flammable powder. I have about 3 of these.
So Keith is buying 3 sticks of dynamite?
That's what I heard.
Stick with a piece of string.
I mean, I can basically do dynamite myself anyway.
But Keith, can
This
you
won't
ever
count
have
against
enough?
against your spells, though.
How
he
much
has-
is that?
So what are the prices?
So a bolo, he's got about 4 of those. It's gonna run you about $3 each. The shotgun shells are $2 each. So for $12 you can get the 6 shots. And then the dynamite is $15 a stick.
Does anybody here use a shotgun?
I got a rifle.
I got a pistol, that's it as far as guns.
I have 2 pistols that I stole. I can try
Yeah,
shoving
see,
those
I
down
I
in
mean,
that.
so I
I've got a
can't. I
pistol.
cannot
This is not
recall.
rifle.
Do any of us?
My main pistol.
Do any of us plan on generally fighting in closer quarters? We should probably get a shotgun.
He's still, like, his face is still a little bit bruised.
So it's not listed on our PDF, but I can't remember. When you use shot in a shotgun, just regular buckshot, is that in a cone?
Yeah.
I think that's what we said was a cone, yeah.
Yeah. So
It's in if you see it's
15,
under
30.
C notes.
Yeah, it doesn't say that it's. What it says under C notes is, when using a shotgun in normal range, do not add your ability modifier to hit, but do add it to the damage. Within extended range, do add it to the hit, but don't add it to damage. I'm not seeing anything that specifies that it is actually in a cone. But I couldn't remember if we had changed that or not.
Do we have prices for
Just
a shotgun?
not on the PDF, but
But
you
Brayden
can ask
does.
me
How much for shotguns?
for a shotgun. A shotgun will run you $40.
How about the idea of
You're gonna
you
buy
selling
ideas?
us one of these shotguns and throwing in one of those shells or 2?
And so he,
I could
James
for
is
that.
gonna sort of gesture to his face, and he's gonna pull out the 2 pistols. I think that they're concerned for my safety with these. I'll put them on the table. So you said they were $12 a piece. These 2
Mhm.
pistols. If I give you these pistols,
May I ask you, have you shot them?
yes, in practice,
Okay.
and that's where because he was
Yeah, it's
like,
gonna lower
"All
that
right,
too.
bam,
I
go."
need you to roll a D100 for each gun, and then subtract that amount to the price. So you can sell each of them for $20. Or how much? You bought them.
I think. Well, I stole them.
Oh, you stole them. So a
There
pistol
his
is
family
$20.
heirloom.
Okay.
So roll a percentile for each, and then it's basically just put it into dollars.
So times the. So this is the.
So put a dot after the first number.
Yeah, I was gonna say. So he rolled a 93. So multiply
Yeah.
20 by 93%.
No, so just selling it back is halved because it's used.
Yeah.
Brand new is 20. So that would be $9.30 for 93.
Okay.
Okay.
So now roll a second one for the second gun.
$8.
Yeah.
So $8 for the second gun.
Okay.
That's how I do. That's how I've been doing
that makes sense.
gun selling. Because I remember in the first campaign, or one of the first campaigns we did of this, you guys were just collecting guns and selling them.
Yep.
And so I made a system of just like what a random
just...
what a random pistol or gun is price wise, because then I'm not having to deal
You
with.
should hold on to one of those pistols.
Okay.
Because you may not always want a shotgun. But
That's
if you're
fair.
going to be closer, you may want to have the spread.
There's also
a
the
shotgun.
there is also the Derringer,
I know we talked about the spread on the shotgun.
but I don't think we
Don't-
wrote it into
I
rules.
don't
Yeah, it's
think
not
we
written
wrote
down.
it into the rules.
Off the top of my head,
God.
I'd say that it's a 30-foot cone,
Yeah.
Okay.
but
I think in our minds we were just like, yes, that's the rule, but we never put it to
yeah,
paper.
no, it was
So it is a
Wasn't there
cone.
something about like did we treat it like a
At one point in time, we were treating it as a save,
as a save?
Yeah.
and we changed that because that doesn't work. Because then, if you're playing a gunslinger,
So
It
that's
doesn't
where
work.
so that's
Yeah,
where the
so it
rule
needs to be
is.
an
So
attack
when
roll.
the shotgun is in normal range, you don't add your ability modifier to hit,
yeah, but you do add
but
it
you
to
do add
damage,
it to damage, and then
vice versa.
vice versa when it's in.
It is
beyond range.
more damaging in close range, but so if it's a cone, then we just assume that you get to make an attack roll against everyone in the
Yes.
area when you're using shot.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so he'll sell the
Make a note so we can
Yeah.
change that.
the pistol for $9.30.
Yeah.
Playtesting as we go, guys.
He'll count out the coins and just set it off to the side because he imagines you were going to be a lot of back and forth transactions. So
But yeah, so Lance's recommendation, not as Winterwolf, is keep a pistol so that you don't always have to use a shotgun.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
do what you will. Yeah. Just remember that they're all double-barreled shotguns, so you get 2 shots.
Just pull both at the same time.
now I will allow you guys because I love creativity in this game. If there is like something you want an item to do, like if you're like, oh, I would like a silencer for a gun. Let's talk.
We'll make a silencer
like-
for the shotgun. It's just a giant can that slides all.
Oh no. There are he does sell silencers. They're just one-time use because anything past the first shot destroys the silencer.
Right.
I mean,
Oh,
fair.
special rule with dynamite. It works the same as shatter. However, every time you are hit with damage, you have to roll a d20. If it is a 1, it blows up. If you take more than 30 damage in one hit, that DC goes up 5.
Oh,
So what I am hearing is that if we buy explosives, Keith is the designated holder of them, and it just reinforces the idea that the rest of us do not stay close to him. We give him a wide berth.
that's.
I mean, so I can do.
As a side note,
I mean,
because we're a
Yep,
little
yeah.
loosey-goosey with time. If you would like to try and earn some extra money this week to maybe afford some more stuff, let me know. We'll do some rolls associated, and I'll let you know how much you might have earned for the week.
I'd love to.
you know, yeah, I think I probably would have been using my skills at some point. Like,
I mean,
Yeah, it doesn't hurt.
putting wells out on homesteads.
yeah, is it
seems
gonna?
like a good
Is
idea.
there any downside to us spending time earning more money? Like,
No, there's
There for
no
a week
downtime.
anyway,
I just like, oh crap, I should have let them try and.
you know, it's fine. I just want to
So,
make sure that
yeah.
like it's not like we're losing out on other.
Thing.
Oh, there
Options.
are options. Yeah.
I mean, unless there is another option you can think of, but like, unless you want to do like something else, let me know.
I don't think any of us have the skills to like make stuff ourselves. So
I'm just bouncing from bar to bar and playing the piano.
I mean, I probably could, but I think
There's only one.
There's
piano.
always sad
Unfortunately,
tunes.
there is only one piano in town, and that is at the Golden Goose Saloon.
Well, I'll be
Wait.
spending a lot of time.
Oh, you don't have the portable
I
piano.
don't have it. No, that's something I could do this week, but I hadn't
Yes.
even thought like as me, Jared. I have thought of it, but not my
He's
character.
still grieving.
It's a
still
long
breathing.
phase. It's hard to move on to someone else, you know.
So to get over losing your love, you're just whoring yourself out to any piano you can find.
Shut up.
I mean, it happens.
You know,
Sometimes
That's
you
your
just
way
have
of
to explore.
processing the.
So let's go through how some ways you guys are going to make some money.
Okay.
Blowing up water holes?
So sinking wells
Mhm.
and probably blowing up big, like, boulder-sized rocks that would be hard to move otherwise in
Okay.
fields.
Okay. So with
Um,
that, let's
things like
do... Make a... either performance or persuasion to get the word out. To be like, oh, I am here with my explosions and
We'll blow a hole for free.
blow
Not
a
free.
hole for money.
Okay. So that is it is a +0 regardless. And that's a 4.
Okay.
Ouch.
Roll.
Persuasion by demonstration.
He
Roll
would blow up
2d6.
The entire town. Don't encourage that. You've already seen what happens when.
Well, I mean, there's those guys that do like long.
Can I make the
like,
Can I make the case
do
for
the lawn,
intimidation
like, A1
because
for free and then, like,
explosives
try
are
to get
real damn
neighbors.
intimidating?
I will allow intimidation.
Okay.
I'll blow up this building for free.
So
It's,
You want me to
it's
use the
destroy
same
once,
roll?
You get another destroy
Yes,
for free.
please use
okay,
the same roll.
so the same roll was a 4. Instead of +0, using my intimidation, I instead get a +4, so it's an 8.
Okay.
Still not great, but
A
little bit
roll
better.
roll 2d6.
2d6. That's 3.
3. Okay. What price would you put it at? For an instant blowing up of boulder and or a new watering hole.
Okay. Watering the wells are a little bit more precise. Not as big a boom. Have to make sure that we're going in the right direction.
And just remembering, like, the average, like, day wage is, like, 50 cents.
Right.
The average monthly income is $15.
Right. Seeing as I'm saving, so for a well,
I was gonna say calculate how much you're saving them in labor.
For a well, it would probably take 3 or 4 days to dig it by hand.
Okay.
I'm doing it in like maybe 2 shots, 5, half the day at most. I would probably ask I'd probably ask $1 for a well.
Okay.
Oh,
I mean,
that's a cheap well.
if you're paying out wages for it over 4 days, you're going to pay out 2. I don't want to take the full, whatever. I don't want to take the full $2. It's not good business sense because at that point they'll just do it themselves. And the
When
only
you're
other
saving them on time.
saving them on time, the only other step is like $1.50.
Okay.
So $1 for a well, for boulders, 50 cents.
Yeah.
Days worth of work.
You only do get 3 offers during the week,
Okay.
so that's $3.
Three,
So just add $3.
okay.
Still $3.
Yeah, it's
Three
$3.
$3 I didn't have. So.
Bellamy.
Fortune telling.
Okay. Roll a persuasion or performance to get the word out.
Those are 8. Jeez, are you serious? So that's just gonna be an 11.
Okay. You do have some clientele already in town. Roll 2d6.
That would be 7.
Okay. What would you set your prices at?
Like 5 cents.
Okay.
Like, cause that's probably a little steep, but they know that I'm good.
Okay. Round it up for tips. Give yourself $1.
Fancy nickel.
Get a buck. I almost took one away. That's not how numbers work, Danny.
Minus.
Clarence.
Yes.
Is there anything you'd like to do to earn money,
I'm
or
gonna
are
be
you-
playing the piano and just kind of playing for tips, trying to
Okay.
play the song.
roll a performance then?
No.
That kind of depends on
That
how
is
they
a math 19.
19. Okay. Roll a d100, add it, and make that cents. Turn that into cents.
That'd be 67 cents.
67 cents.
Add 20 cents from me.
87 cents. Just take pity the one.
The Duke of the West.
Yeah.
I'm only in there for like 20 minutes.
Bounty hunting.
Okay.
I definitely go for the top picks.
Okay. Make an investigation.
Natural 20.
Okay. You were able to find at least one individual. Now roll a how would you like to apprehend them? Dead, alive? Inform people where to find them.
Well, if it says dead or alive, I'm shooting them.
Okay. Then just make an attack roll
Okay.
to see if your shot strikes through. I'll put the DC at 15.
I guess that's about the same. That's a 24.
You get him.
Boom.
Roll a D100.
Okay.
Quarter it, and that is the dollars.
Quarter it.
Quarter it. So half it and then half it again. And then just round up to the nearest if you get cents.
Somebody over here.
Alright, so that's
Great
a
job.
83.
So $21.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. So you're the bank.
Doc, or Prof, as you are
Yeah.
also known.
So I'm most of my week. He actually is writing down. So I took Keen Mind. So he's got pretty much a didactic memory. He is going to write down everything from the dig sites, from all of this last month, and he packages that up and sends it off to the university to be used in research papers there. So hopefully he's getting paid for some of that, but the rest of his time when he's not doing that, he literally like popped into the tavern once, or into the saloon once, but the rest of the time he's got a small finding of dinosaur bones that he's trying to piece together. It's not something he's going to earn money on anytime soon, but that's what his big job is. So hopefully he gets paid for his research papers, but
that might also be a while.
yeah, because it's got to go back
As
and
a
train.
side note, Professor McMack has, using the funds of the College of Edgedem, has rented out a small little office where he sort of is posted up. He's also got Habel with him, sort of kept safe, waiting for him to turn back on, and we'll let you guys know what more he learns when that happens. And he's also been doing some research as well to see if maybe he can figure out more about other sites and looking into the Hofstadters as well. So
Cool.
Damn.
And then Lance.
Winterwolf is going to go hunting, and he will, whatever he manages to get, he will sell the hides, but I will turn the actual meat into rations for us.
Okay. Sure. Roll a survival roll.
Can I have my wolf assist me?
I'll allow it. Quienta is very capable.
That makes sense.
That is 21.
Okay. Roll. Let's see, it is pelts. Let's do the same thing as he did with that. Roll a D100 and quarter it, and turn that into dollars. Because in this time period, pelts were very well, much needed.
1875. And then am I able to turn any of that into rations?
You can. If you spend actually, roll a d100 to see how many pounds of good meat you got.
62.
If you spend 10 cents per pound, I'll allow you to make 62 rations.
Damn.
Which I will say is a 1 month barrel of food
Okay.
for the whole group. Okay. Moving through the wibbly of time, we return back to Senior Tahiti's as you guys are making purchasing decisions.
I'm trying to decide if I want damage reduction, an increase to my AC, or if I want 2 sticks of dynamite.
Or something made that we can discuss. Like if you guys want like I said, a silencer, like a device to hide a gun in clothing,
I mean, I got a
stuff
dress.
like that. Well, yeah.
Have a gun on your sleeve.
I mean,
Oh yeah, the old
subtlety
Yeah.
is not my strong suit.
You really? Are you sure?
You blew up an entire canyon.
While he's figuring that out, Brayden, how much would binoculars cost?
binoculars.
sell
I
my
actually
binoculars?
wrote that down.
No,
I
I'm going to
think.
give them back to you. I'd like to get my own. That's very handy.
For a pair of binoculars, that's gonna be $30.
Holy shoot. Can I sell my binoculars?
You can.
I don't want to. I just
For at least half. Would there be any benefit to getting a scope for my rifle?
There is a benefit, and you can write this down, Keith, just so that we have this written down. Take your long range, the extended whatever the disadvantage range.
Yep.
Have it, and now that's now your normal range.
Okay.
So it takes what your original what is the term I'm looking for? It's your normal range and then
extreme.
It halves your extreme range,
Yeah.
but still keeps the extreme range because a scope does not mean that the bullet goes faster, farther because you can see farther.
Right. It just extends how far the normal
Yeah,
range
it
is.
extends your normal.
How much
range.
is a scope?
Because it essentially works the same way that you can use it the same way binoculars are,
Yeah,
which is that you have advantage to look around, plus the extra that it's a singular, plus that it's also a rifle scope. That's $40, which is more expensive. However, you're getting a lot more benefits because you are adding the extra normal range extension, and you're also getting advantage on perception checks.
Yeah. And nobody else is a long range fighter here, right? Because you're.
He's
I
technically.
have a rifle.
Well, I was gonna say.
He's a deadly.
You're deadly, right?
Yes.
Okay. Are you planning on doing long range sniping?
Actually, I kind of was. I was kind of
Okay,
thinking the same
that's
thing.
fine. I just there's no
He's also
reason then
gonna
for
be
me to.
gone soon, though.
Can we go halvesies on a binocular and split it?
Just
just pull the
for an
barns,
extra
pull the barns.
$5, and
Mount
both
it.
of your weapons, I'll allow you to have a quick action, like a swap mechanic.
Oh, like on a rail, essentially.
Yeah, he'll basically make a rail system for it.
For an extra $5.
So it'd be 45.
Yeah, but that's only for one of us, is it?
Well, you could swap it between you. That's what he's saying.
That's what I'm saying. It'll only be one scope
Yeah.
between the two of us.
I mean, do you want to do that? I didn't want to buy a scope instead.
But it's so funny because it's like that scene from Pirates of the Caribbean 2.
It's exactly.
Instead of like swapping the cutlass between 3 people, you're swapping a scope between everyone.
Bang! Alright, your turn! Chick! Bang! Okay!
I will say it costs a bonus action to equip if you do
just
that.
pass the rifle with it on there, but no.
It's cool!
Okay, so adding a scope makes your rifle 435, 750.
That sounds about right.
So
Wait.
kind of.
Because the normal rifle is 120, 750.
Yeah.
And you half the difference between those two. The difference between them is 630. Take half of that, 315, and add it on top of the 120.
400's a long way.
So 435.
But you don't
feet.
necessarily need a scope because you can spend a grit point to just shoot within your
With aiming,
you can spend a I think it's the level you can do, but you can spend a grit to shoot beyond within your extended range and not have disadvantage because of the deadly, if I'm not mistaken.
I believe that is true.
So you don't even need a scope. You can iron sight it.
Spend
Technically.
enough time with this.
And I can tell I've been doing programming because I actually wrote out, like, in words, what the algorithm was before I did the math.
Makes sense.
I think JT. I think I'm going to wind up purchasing a set of tough common armor
Yeah, so you get the 2 damage reduction.
just to get the damage reduction.
Senorita Tahiti is like, "Oh, you're quite large." as she gets like a tape measure and starts
It's a
tape
big
measuring
boy.
you. Well, I can probably get this done by the end of the week, and sort of take it has like this long. It's not even tape measure. It's like yarn that is knotted within like the inch increments, and she's just doing that.
I love it.
She smells like a vanilla. She's like this cute little
She's a
plump
cupcake.
lady. Yeah, she is very cupcake.
Thank you
Oh,
very
I
much.
cupcake.
Well, of course. She asks you like
Yeah, I have
colors and
been
design, and if you're
Okay.
tough,
Yeah.
it'll be
Is
kind of
there
like a vest, like a padded
Yeah, it's
vest.
got it.
And she asks like
Yes.
colors, anything like that. More
And
silky. Is this a formal occasion or is this is this for
I need
work?
one for day and one for night.
Don't really care so much. Sort of muted colors, I told her. Although I am looking forward to being able to maybe have something a little bit on the silken side because I miss the silks from back home.
Okay.
But nothing.
Interchangeable.
Uh,
Flip for nice. Flip for
yes.
work.
Yes.
She gets like she writes down all of the
Would that make the
increments.
nice
of
side
all
more
of them.
sweaty?
Cool.
Yeah, it would, but maybe you
Okay.
get good at cleaning that kind of stuff. So, would it be possible to do another one of those in maybe petite?
Of course.
She just takes the excess from what she and turns it into a...
Same color or
What was your color?
yeah? What color do you think JT would sort of use?
So he's this crystal dragon. So he's
Like whitish.
Well, he's white, but he needs something to sort of tone that down when we're out in the wild
Okay.
a little bit. So maybe the nice side is sort of playing into the whitish pale silks, and then the other side is sort of the more rough and tumble like leather lining.
Okay.
Like nicely finished, but
And with
something
the
that'll-
timey-wimey stuff of this, when she gives it to you, you can see that it's
Mhm.
it's as you add.
Yeah.
But you can also see that she has like stitched little patterns on the silken side, sort of like a small like rose or like small little mountain
Oh,
range and
nice.
sort of like small things in
Nice.
that as when she delivers it to you.
Oh, very nice, very nice.
I was thinking maybe like on the rough and tumble side, black's fine. Works great with my whole aesthetic.
Black is easy.
Yeah. Now, on the nicer side. Maybe like some red silk, black lace over top.
Yes. She takes your measurements, and when delivered to you, it is, as you say, sort of dark for the work. But flipping it over, it sort of has like that. When it's like what's the design I'm thinking of? Give me a second. I have it in my head. I'm gonna. It's sort of like there's tiny thread patterns that sort of make like like curves around inside, makes it very nice looking, sort of spirals and sort of Jared, you know that nice tie that I have, the red one?
Mm-hmm.
Sort of like that. I like
the paisley?
Yeah, it's like paisley design.
Oh, cool.
On the nicer side.
Sure.
¿Sabes qué es un vierling? So he's gonna ask.
Whatever he said.
They do speak it, but I don't. So
he's. Do you know what a vierling is? So it
I'm
is
not who are you asking?
T.
Okay. I'm not sure I'm familiar with the word.
So a vierling is a gun out of Germany.
Okay.
And I've seen them sort of in passing. They're usually a little bit on the ornamental side, but I'm looking more functional. But generally speaking, they are a double-barreled shotgun with a rifle. The rifle runs right down the middle, so think like triangle. So it's got double-barrel shotgun, and then usually like a .22 caliber.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of what I would be looking for, if that's at all possible. I know that is a difficult work and probably expensive, but that is.
I can get it done. Yes, it will be expensive. That would probably run you. The rifle portion can either be like a pistol, work the same as a pistol damage, or a rifle damage. Which would you prefer? Knowing that pistol would be cheaper, but would not deal as much damage as the rifle.
So I've kept one of the pistols, so I will go ahead and say rifle. We're looking for rifling.
So it's gonna be, if it's special order, he's combining a couple of different things. It's gonna be a lot more expensive. It's probably gonna run you like $50.
I tell you what, if I pay
Half now, half
80,
80
what can you do for me?
for 80?
You have $80.
Cool.
Mm-hmm. That will leave me with 5 spare.
So what would you like it to do? Because 80, we can bump it up so it does more.
We can engrave it at that point.
If I can make a 4-barrel shotgun for you, so
I don't know
2 bottom, 2 top, and you don't have to reload as often.
Maybe.
So you get 4 shots instead of.
Yeah, let's do that.
So yeah, it's literally once he delivers it to you, it's like when you unhook it, it's like got a longer plate in the back with all of the shot. It's very weird seeing 4 triggers, or sort of like two in the front, 2 in the back. Sort of like the plate's like that big.
Jeez.
Because and fits 4 slots in, so you just.
Although I think that probably fits the random aesthetic that he's built for himself with the gigantic pistol.
So we'll say for.
Your own little anime character.
We'll say.
He was an anime character, it would
He'll
also
do that
double
for
as a sword.
70.
True.
He'll do that for 70.
Okay. So leave me with 15 then.
Yeah. But you basically have a double barrel shotgun.
Sweet.
Nate and I are going to split the cost of the quick change scope.
All right, you guys get the quick chain scope. He takes both of you guys' rifles and establishes. He actually has magnets.
Oh.
So kind of thing. It does not have the crosshair. And he's like, it does have like a small little like dot instead of like a crosshair. When you ask Tahiti about this, is like, well, I can't guarantee that it will be accurate if you continually switch it out, but hopefully the dot will help. It's not, basically it doesn't hinder you, that's just more for flavor.
Yeah.
So,
That's fair.
And what exactly what does it do?
so it has the properties of binoculars, so it gives advantage on perception checks when you look through it.
And then it creates. Now, Keith, double check my math because I know you did it. It should make the normal range of a rifle 495,
435.
435.
Instead of whatever the
Instead of
120.
Can you send me that same PDF?
So
Can I buy those shotgun shells and just another box of shotgun shells for $20? I'll pay $20 for the whole thing.
No. You don't need to do that. He hands you so that's $12.
Uh huh.
And then this box of shotgun shells, so a dozen shotgun shells for 50 cents.
Oh.
You
How
know,
many do you-
shotgun shell ammo in general is like super cheap. You can get like a box of ammo for like 50 cents.
Gotcha.
Oh,
But these ones are special because
Because they do,
they
special
do have
properties.
special properties.
Mhm.
So,
Yeah, I was gonna say how much is a box of ammo and how much ammo comes in a box.
Okay.
Yeah, because
So,
Normally, shotgun is third.
Keith, will you
25.
write this down just so that
Shotgun
it's
shells
on there and I will...
normally.
So, for a box of pistol ammo, which is used for a Derringer and pistols, that's 12 rounds is 50 cents.
Okay.
For rifle ammo,
You know that.
they sell those in a box of 20.
Mm-hmm.
That will be $1 because they do a lot more damage. And then both the shotgun shot and slugs come in a 12-pack, and those are 50 cents each.
So with $15, I probably better buy like $10 of ammo.
Okay, so the shells are 12 for 50 cents.
For the shotgun,
Yeah.
for both slug and shot.
36.
Okay.
48. 60. $5. 10, and then rifle ammo.
Is there anything anyone
Rifle
else
ammo
is
20
thinking
rounds for
of
$1.
purchasing
Rounds for $1. So
or would like made?
maybe under $5 then.
Getting ideas for the future, but I got nothing now
Okay.
and no money.
I'll leave
Past
$5.
that armor.
If I could go
Yeah.
find like a little store that I can maybe get like a little miniature piano that I can like crank started.
I want to
Interesting.
get you a
And
concert
can I
ticket.
like can I say like I brought like a piece of like Clarice with me?
Yeah.
And I can like make it a special order out of
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Um,
ship Theseus a piano.
it. Yes.
Evens or odds?
Oh
I know
no.
somebody.
Even?
That actually.
You should name the new one Christine.
Christine.
You find a very beat up, like it sat in the back of a wagon train for several months and did not fare well in the trip. If you can get it repaired, then yes, the dude will sell it to you for like $5.
Okay.
But you might need someone to fix it.
I'm proficient in everything piano related.
You are, yes. Would you like to fix it yourself?
told you you're proficient
That's
in
his- that's his
everything
background.
related.
Piano related.
That's his background. You have advantage on anything piano related.
That's fabulous.
So you want to try and fix it yourself?
Yes, as much as I can.
Okay.
And then-
I'll say
Polishing details I'll probably give to somebody
I'll
else.
say for every attempt you make, you're gonna spend $10.
Okay.
So if you succeed, you'll only spend $10 to repair the whole thing.
Can I
If you
assist
fail-
as like his sous chef?
If
or
you fail
something?
the first time,
It's gonna get
then
harder.
it's not gonna be harder. It's just gonna cost more.
Okay. Yeah.
So if you would like to assist,
Yeah. Like, I don't know his stuff so well, but I can, like,
Just hold it straight.
hold the things
do you have
that he
any
needs.
proficiency in tools?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I do.
What's your background, Danny?
I'm a gypsy.
So this was a custom background, right?
I don't remember.
I believe it was a custom background. It should
You
say.
need assistance.
Did you write down what it did?
Nope.
Uh,
Disguise kit and musical instruments.
If you need assistance, I am proficient with Tinker's tools.
Oh.
Okay, it's probably
You
going to be a
probably need more
tinker,
help.
isn't it?
Yeah, it would be very much more tinker tooled.
I've got
So
these
no matter who
ones.
helps you, you will have advantage on it.
Okay.
don't see
Uh, So
Have idea. Put percussion caps under hammers. Lead to
He's gonna blow up your
lead
piano.
lead to fuses.
Throw and see what happens.
There's a special. If you play all the notes in the right order, it starts
It
the
just
bomb.
starts the bomb.
all right, let's do this.
Yeah, 'cause that was
Roll with advantage. Just roll 2d20s. If you get a 15 or above, you succeed.
Gloves for you.
Yeah.
What am I adding? Just proficiency bonus?
Well, no, hold on. Let's do add your proficiency bonus, then plus your charisma. So
Plus my
plus
charisma as
8.
well. Okay.
So you're gonna have to roll. It is a little difficult, so I'll say you got to roll a 12 or higher with advantage. So
Okay.
Oh, they had midnight.
All right, it's 13 plus 8, so
Okay.
21.
throughout the week, tirelessly while you have downtime,
With no sleep.
No, you're getting sleep.
Or else.
Or else. No, if you want to just have restless nights, you
No,
can.
that's fine, it's fine.
You eventually create or repair and
like a
sort of
small
flavor your own
replica.
small little crank piano.
You throw it, it's
No.
fine. Sweet, good.
Is there anything else anyone would like to do during the week? Did you guys prepare, rest, do some work?
I am putting together. I don't know it yet, but I am putting together what will end up being a Triceratops.
That'll
The
be
3 horns really confused me.
interesting. Yeah.
Especially with the fan. Like,
You have the big fan, and then,
Yeah.
I guess it's 1 horn, and then I guess before, wouldn't it? 'Cause I don't know. I'm not very good with dinosaurs.
That's okay. It's a Triceratops. It's just 3.
As you guys have been enjoying your time during the week, the town has been bustling because there has been sort of a mayor sort of I completely forgot what those are called.
Like an election.
Election?
Mayoral election going on in the town currently. And by the end of the week, a gentleman by the name of Wilford, I almost said Wilford Brimley.
Brumley.
Diabetes.
Big old mustache.
Wilford Cooper won the mayoral election. Sort of this tall, like plump around the waist, sort of a man, sort of broad-chested, but sort of was campaigning the whole week, and then sort of a politician type, not much else to say. But he won, makes his winning speech upon the steps of the very small building that is the government building of Mesa Springs. I'd like to thank you all for electing me as your mayor. I hope that we will establish Mesa Springs as a hub of trade and connections here in America as we grow this nation westward. As there are many applause.
That's what we're
Scattering, I'm
doing.
like, oh, we're supposed to clap.
Yeah.
At this time, I will say that the week has passed. So at this point, you all can give yourself full hit points.
Yay.
What's your max hit points?
38.
What's your con?
+1. What are you?
What's your max hit points?
54.
Okay. All right, I am on the right.
I am on the right trail.
I wasn't sure. I didn't do a good job keeping track of if I had added it from 4th level or not, and so I just wanted to make sure I was in the right ballpark. And that's yours. I was like, that's super low for.
Yeah, I mean, I rolled mine, so.
I have a +4 to my constitution.
There are sort of celebrations going on, sort of like a little tiny fair for the mayoral election, little small tables of food. Everyone's sort of communally like chilling out as you guys sort of are enjoying the festivities. We'll say you guys are sort of standing in a there is a small little park where most of the festivities are happening. You guys are sort of standing under a tree, sort of a couple little snacks and drinks with you as they're pouring out like beer and like basically having a small celebration over the mayoral election. You guys are sort of and in like the last day of your weekly relaxation before heading out or deciding your next move.
Did you see what Mr. Kennedy finished for me?
It is heavy. If you've ever seen like it's like very Fallout-ish. Like it has like some metal bands around it just to keep it held
Are you
together.
even able to aim that?
Can you even hold it?
Yeah.
Him not need aim.
So if he lifts it up, am I? What's your strength score?
+1.
Am I correct in assuming that it's sort of like
There's a
It-
little
there-
bit.
You can't
like-
quite bring in the.
Well, it's very much like with a shotgun. Like it does require a little bit of strength, but
Yeah.
to do that with a 10, it's like double the weight. So it is like it takes more effort.
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah. We'll get you a bipod next.
Set up like a cannon.
Well, if you're not worried about aiming, just have it strapped from your neck down to the. Down to the
We'll invent the
Street
the
sweeper.
straps that
Yeah.
gives it the.
That might be a next purchase. This was rather expensive. But I think it will work really well.
It's a hell of a gun.
Oh, I never gave you your present. I'll pull out the box. It's just like the special shotgun ammo.
Oh, well,
You brought me 20 cents, so I paid $20 worth of stuff.
Oh, jeez.
I don't think you quite know how this shit works.
What do you mean?
I thank you very much. Would you like to use some of it? And
Oh, I'll absolutely shoot. Not now.
Town square.
Just like,
Wait till we get outside.
Off to the
Perhaps
side, you
they're
can hear like a
traveling.
little small band of just like 3 people.
They've all
One's
got
playing
the
a one's
long
playing
beards.
one's playing a fiddle. Someone's got impressively a gigantic bass cello that somehow made it across the plains,
He's from New Orleans.
as well as someone with like a small guitar.
I don't know what to think of this new fancied music. It's the classics that really bring. Nobody cares about.
No. I
I'm
agree
interested.
wholeheartedly.
It's fine.
Wow. I've never had friends before.
Oh dear.
I feel like that's what Braden told us at the beginning too.
It was.
That
yeah.
is what Braden
I
That
like
was-
that was what he
Oh, I'm
actually
sorry.
said.
Wow.
No, that's fine. No, it's-
More than once, Braden has been like, well, I didn't know how that's worked. I've never had friends before.
I always had my own friends from him.
It's accurate.
See, now he's borrowing
I was
from
about to
you.
say, my, how the tables have turned.
That's great.
Turns have tabled. Yes.
So no, my favorite piece is for a classic piece from European culture, brought over on the boat Victoria, and we set up there in. I don't know how the world works. Can I just start naming places? If you
Sure.
Cool. In Virginia State College. It was set up in the less grand ballroom. I mean, the grand ballroom had the piece from Frankfurt.
Sorry, it would be Vingerai.
Oh yeah, sorry, my bad. let me get that stuff
Slip
right.
of the tongue.
Sorry, sometimes it just doesn't. I have a hard time with these days,
You were excitable. You were telling.
and I'll just
stories.
keep like just rambling on. But
That's. I appreciate your musical knowledge.
well, it's mostly just piano knowledge. After that, like once you start including anything other than strings and keys, and it's a different.
Covers a good number of stuff. Lots of stuff has
I'm
strings.
just gonna look over at the 3 string
strings.
instruments over there.
Well, things need to be beat with hammers, so it makes a better sound. If you're plucking something, it's not the same.
If you say so.
Need cannons.
All right, Chikowski.
I'm sorry. What?
JT is a percussion player.
Exclusively.
Well, understand. So, what I know of percussion instruments is anything that can be beat and makes a noise is a percussion instrument.
Yeah, I suppose technically your piano is both percussion and string.
It's accurate. Yes.
And that makes him mostly
a saxophone. A saxophone is all 3 technically.
Oh, yeah, I guess that's it. Yeah.
It's actually
It is.
straight up woodwind.
I'm sorry, how is a saxophone a string?
It simulates the same sort of notes that a string instrument can do, but
It
also
has no
projects as.
Oh, bullshit.
Like yes, it can simulate the noise, but creating the noise does not make you in the.
Now I would buy that it is both a woodwind and a brass.
I love just people walking by. They're like,
Hell's a saxophone?
I feel like how this has quickly moved from
I know,
like
saxophones were invented this time.
in-world discussions to like out-of-world discussions where we're like, no.
Actually, I have a saxophone
Saxophones predate
upstairs.
Napoleon.
Really?
My
Yeah.
dad played the saxophone.
I have my
I can
saxophone
see your dad
upstairs.
as a saxophone player.
Yeah,
I have not played it in a hot minute, but it still exists up there.
baritone sax.
it's just like if nobody
Oh,
knew.
we still have the violin that Jen gave us, too, up there somewhere.
We might.
Someone gave you a violin?
It's not a good violin.
Someone dropped
Okay.
off a violin.
It's just like
It's
we're
not a
already
great
rotating.
violin.
We opened the door, and there, sitting in a swaddle of blankets in a basket, was just a small left violin at our doorstep.
Honestly, that was a period of our lives where there was a lot of that happened.
Yeah.
Lots of swaddling blankets. So many swaddling
At least
blankets.
there wasn't a kid inside.
Yeah.
It started off as a ukulele and grew into a...
Into a
It
full
grew
guitar.
up.
You'd have taken care of it if it was, but you know.
Well, is there anything else that we need to get done today? I'm not one for these big crowd gatherings myself.
Oh, I might have made a discovery. I don't know if any of you guys have noticed it yet. But from the stories you guys have told me and what I've noticed, so this place, the Hofstetter Oil and Coal, it's been coming up multiple times. I don't know if you guys have noticed, but I think it's a correlation.
Mary. Mary?
Mm.
Do we tell him or do we just let him figure
Sort of
it
get
out
an
on his own?
inquisitive question.
I feel like I
He's
should
not
be
wrong.
asking questions about
Just
this,
doesn't have it all
this
there yet.
stuff with the
I
hospital.
just don't know everything yet.
This nonsensory. You
They-
got any information I don't?
They seem to keep appearing, yes.
Still 10 years from whatever.
Yeah.
Well, balls.
Can't we just eliminate the whole family line and be done with them?
They're like the Skywalkers of this universe. Just need to kill them all so you can end the nonsense stories.
You got information
no.
I need to know about?
Absolutely, they are the cause. At least
I
large
would go so
cause.
far as to say it is not just correlation; it is in fact
Causation.
causation.
Most certainly.
Just be wary.
Oh,
They
we're certainly wary. We're wary.
Thanks, Mary.
Always wary
No,
of
Mary, that's your
things.
Anyway.
Yeah, we're wary. See?
And again, she is just talking to herself.
Yeah,
as
yeah.
far as
We're
everyone
only
else is
getting the
concerned.
other half of it.
Yeah.
around this time, Wilford Cooper has been sort of going around talking to a bunch of people and makes it to you guys' group. Hello there, citizens. I'm Superman. No, I just
I love you.
no, he doesn't say that. But I was just
I
like,
see.
"Hello, fair citizens." Like that's something weird only Superman would say.
Winterwolf is
Oh no, I'm sure
quietly-
there's politicians in the past that were
Oh,
like,
yeah.
full on like, yes.
Hello, citizens.
Just quietly to the professor. How does that whole citizen thing work?
Technically, I don't think
Do we
any of
count?
us are citizenry.
Probably not. I'm not from here.
I'm not from here either.
I'm from the county.
I guess maybe depending.
You're
Down the
from
road.
the same
None
state.
of us voted.
You're not even from the
Say
same
none of us voted
territory.
at all.
Yeah.
Howdy.
Congratulations on your.
How?
Yes, thank you.
Can I read your fortune?
Maybe. Well, not right now. I've got a lot of people to talk to, but in the future, then perhaps yes.
Are you one of the
I
politicians
foresee
who
that. That's
bought
not
their
gonna
way
happen.
in or slept their way in?
Neither,
Damn.
my dear man. I am a man of the people, and I.
Slept his way.
Oh,
Yeah!
I was thinking the same thing.
But
I'm just dumb enough to say it. That's the
just
thing.
trying to get to know everyone. Who are you all? I've seen a few of you wandering around town, just trying to get a couple of, just sort of getting to know everyone so that I may help you all, in my mayoral capacity.
Oh well, we're
We
not
moved
from
here.
around here.
Well, new citizens to our dear Mesa Springs.
Grateful travelers passing through.
Well,
Contributing to
thank
your
you
economy.
for enjoying our festivities here in Mesa Springs.
Absolutely.
I do have a complaint.
Oh.
Here.
I've been here a week and a half or more, and there's only one piano. In the whole of this.
Well, my dear man,
town.
now that I am the mayor of this town, perhaps we will make a change
I
to
knew
that.
I made the right vote.
He shakes your hand.
Why are you voting? That's legal.
Did you vote?
Actually, I think it is for him.
Am
I don't know.
I think of all the
Just
people
one-
at the
just
table,
one day just walk in
he's
like-
one of maybe 3 people at this table who could vote.
I was going to say, I think he actually can vote.
But you probably weren't here for that election, which makes it that much better.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, Bellamy couldn't because women couldn't vote at that time.
Nope.
Yeah, you're
Nope,
Many
I'm
problems.
not a citizen.
not a citizen. Not a citizen.
I mean, I'm an American citizen, but
Not of the.
Not
This is
from
not
around
your
here.
residence.
No.
I'm not even that.
You're just an alien from another planet.
it's a pleasure to.
Yeah, it was
Make your
very fun
acquaintance.
to
Oh, yes, of course.
So what do you intend on doing with your newfound reign?
Well, as rain.
Just like.
Well, we're sort of the frontier outpost here of the West, and I think we should become a hub where everyone aspires to come here to build their fortune and to start a new life out here in the West, and Mesa Springs being here the hub that will facilitate that.
Do you have anybody in mind, or business-wise, expansion?
Well, I mean, there are businesses all over America who can expand and stuff like that. Many companies could come out here and make work for many people.
Have
You
you
see,
spoken with the
make
native
insight checks real
populations?
quick. You all can make insight checks.
No.
Oh, good roll. 13.
13.
Jeez, I cannot
No.
roll.
Okay.
Let's
14.
do this.
14.
18.
What was it?
18.
16.
I don't remember
16.
what it was anymore. 9.
What did you roll? I
Six.
6. Okay. You
Sounds
beat
like a great
him.
mayor to you.
Really?
You did beat him, yeah.
Wow.
So yeah, all of you slightly catch this because when you say what businesses you're going to bring in, he sort of, as I did, stumbled on his words a little bit, and then sort of kind of glance to a group of individuals off to the side, and then look back at you all and try and recompose himself.
And who did he look at?
You look over and you
Write that
see
down.
it looks like 2 men and a woman. The 2 men sort of kind of are wearing nice attire for the West. Although one of them seems a bit more rougher around the edges. Sort of looks like if you put an outlaw in a suit. But didn't shave him or bathe
Right.
him.
And he just looks super uncomfortable.
And
the whole
then
time.
the woman
Throw
looks
myself. Just not on him.
Well,
plain. Abnormally plain.
She's suspiciously.
Ordinary. Yeah.
average.
Bellamy. Sort of a little bit of alarm bells go off in the back of your head as you see that woman.
Danger.
That
You've never seen her before.
am Mary? There. Anybody home? There.
Yeah, no, just talk to random people in front of the mayor.
Are those Hofstadters over there?
We're just sitting there like,
Something's
Pardon?
going on right here.
Are those Hofstadters over there?
As a side note, with your new ability of your subclass,
Uh-huh.
it's an 18, by the way.
Oh. I have to remind myself now what that does. Whoa, not that.
They do work for the Hofstadter company, yes.
Might I make a suggestion?
It won't
Certainly.
I suggest that you should talk to the sheriff about recent findings with the Hofstadters. And also make a suggestion that they may not be the business partners you want in town. And I'm just gonna sort of put my hand on this new gigantic gun.
I will keep that in mind. Well, it was lovely talking with you all. I will keep your suggestions in mind, and I shall bid you a good day as he continues making his way through the crowds talking to people.
Alright, so do we go shoot him now or later?
That's what I was thinking too.
whoa, hey, what?
That was mostly a joke.
No, I actually thought it.
That was mostly
So-
a joke.
You're all gonna have to bring me up to speed because I think this is the first time that I've actually stuck around in a town that got themselves a mayor. How does that work?
So most of the time, there's like a little booth you go into, and you fill out a little piece of paper, and you're like, "This is the person I want to be in elected position." And then you write this down, and then somebody goes and they read everything, and they tally out who wins and who doesn't, and you just the one that wins gets the woo celebration.
In my experience, it's fraught with all kinds of backstabbing, money trading.
Let me back up.
Lies.
We
What
don't
does
have mayors where I
What
come
does a
from.
mayor do?
Run the town,
He runs the town, pretty much.
oftentimes into the ground.
He's like.
What does it?
the big guy.
What does it mean to? So like he like
big decisions regarding stuff coming into the town will be done through him.
He's basically the elected chieftain of the town. Behind you, you see the sheriff, Morgan Lachey, sort of come up to you. Sort of has like a small little like pitcher, not pitcher, but one of those small cups of like a punch bowl sort of cups, sort of in his left hand.
Interesting. See, that's what I thought your job was.
You know, it's very different when it comes to modern society versus your more better version of how things should be run.
Well, I mean, everywhere, every one of your modern civilized towns I've been in, sheriff seems to be the one who calls all the shots about everything.
It usually is, but when a town gets big enough, they're just like, oh, one person should just run it instead of having...
I mean, in theory, the power is divided.
Yeah.
One is supposed to be the justice system. One is supposed to be the sort of civil system.
That seems inefficient.
It'll
Yeah.
be messy. You know the saying, the whole thing of two sides of the same coin. Well, this is two different coins in that they're both money, they both spend, but his coin's a little bit smaller than that other one.
That was a thoroughly unhelpful.
I take it you just met the new mayor, I take it?
Yep.
I take it.
I was unimpressed.
Not a fan. Also,
I thought he was okay.
I mean,
I think you just like him because he said he might get you another piano.
Means to an end, I suppose.
can you tell me anything about that lady over there?
Which one?
The one with
Which
the-
lady?
those,
He
like,
had no more playing.
that bizarre one that fades from view when you look directly at her.
Don't know much about her. I've never seen her before, if that's what you mean.
Well, maybe you wouldn't notice.
She's not a townie, if that's what you're asking.
She apparently works for the Hofstadters.
Oh, interesting.
There's something
I heard
real wrong
rumors
about
that someone might be passing by. I want a couple of not higher ups, but like some people might be coming by to different places, like heading to Old Soul. But
Yeah, it seems your new
keep
mayor's in bed with. No, actually, that was.
I just keep circling around, I'm telling you.
Hofstadters. So that's gonna be exciting.
mm.
Now, do we need to go talk to these people? We should probably talk to these people. I can go talk to these people.
I can come with you if you like.
I'm curious.
I don't... Okay. As much as I love you guys. I don't love you guys. But
Well, that hurts.
I don't think the whole crew should go.
Yeah, no, certainly only some of us should talk to him. I do feel like I need to point out that just because they work for the Hofstadters does not necessarily mean that they are here to do with anything with us.
No, but that lady, there's something wrong with that woman. Something's not right there.
Okay.
And I would like to know
Sure.
what it is.
Yeah,
So I don't have to talk to her,
suppose
but
you
I'd at
would
least
know.
like to be somewhat close.
She would probably know if there was something not right with people.
Now, granted, and here's the thought off the
Thanks
top
for
of my head.
one.
That was a backhanded compliment, wasn't it?
I am merely observing that you are probably the one here with the most experience with strange, weird things.
What is this word backhanded?
Why, pal? Like, if you were to compliment, it's
Like it sounded like a compliment, but it implied that it wasn't totally a good thing.
it was somehow both a compliment and an insult all at once.
Sort of
Like-
like if I were to say that you tend to clear a room when you enter.
So
I
like,
just think that's
so-
a bad pun.
so like roses, for example. Like you give them to somebody and like, oh, it's super fancy, and then they poke you or they die. Super
Yeah, no,
fast.
I understand what she meant. JT did not.
Did you though? Because that was a
Absolutely.
Okay. I believe you.
English
so much.
is Such strange language.
I agree.
But okay, so things I observed. So since we've clocked them, they probably know about us. If I was
Possibly.
to,
I
Depends on
mean,
what they're here
Not
for.
impossible.
we were showing off our 4-barrel.
Are they paying us
Shotgun.
any attention at all?
Oh no, not to you guys. They're sort of mingling with the crowd. Maybe actually
They are really
make
specifically not looking at us.
either make an insight check or perception check. Oh, my camera is no longer working. Yes! That looks so sad.
You look like the painting of the faceless man in
That's
Oh,
a
yeah.
no.
Oh, and no?
That's a no.
Nothing? Oh, yeah, they're just walking around.
oh, I love it. What a good, yeah, that's a good, solid stationary picture.
I am a master of ventriloquism.
Second.
I mean, it was so good we didn't even notice.
no,
for
but
so
I think
long.
we.
Sorry for the short interruption
Sorry
there.
about that.
Some camera-
Technical difficulties.
with your roll, they're just moving through the crowd. You don't see anything like specifically special about them other than they're just like walking around, talking to different like businessmen.
I mean, we also have done a pretty good job of not letting them know about us.
Yeah.
So they may not even.
I mean, we haven't been loud or very.
I mean, we
out
basically only talked. So.
Everyone that has been involved where we were has ample reason to keep their mouth shut.
Partially because they're dead.
Or shell shocked.
Yeah.
So,
So yeah, you want to go talk to him, you go. But I agree, we should not, as a group, go interfere
that's
with
right,
their
yeah.
business.
yeah.
I'm not so good with talkie anyway, so.
If
I
you
stay
want
here.
to talk, your estimate's gonna post around in case, something happens.
Trouble starts. It could, it shouldn't, but it could.
I'm hoping not, because violence tends to follow this group.
I feel like in the middle of town with everybody here, it is unlikely.
We'd have plenty of witnesses.
Yeah.
It is unlikely for them to draw first. Now, the people here may choose to engage in violence.
I would
but
like to remind you what happened
So
the
you
last
guys
time. We did not engage in violence until we were almost dead.
But I don't know that because I was too far away to hear. All I saw was that somebody started exploding stuff.
I'll pull your lead though.
Okay, absolutely. What do I say? No, I got this. Okay. I'm gonna just go. I'm just gonna go approach. Are they in a group or do they kind of separate to talk to?
It's sort of that group of three of them are sort of going around talking to different people and just sort of mingling. So if you approach them once they were done talking to a group, you could probably talk
Yeah,
to them.
absolutely.
So the two of you, who's all going to talk to them? It's
I think
Prof
just
and...
two of us and then
The two of us.
Yeah, as I say,
She's
Bellamy
gonna be
might
close
And
to
the
us,
rest
yeah.
of you are just sort of
Just
Moving
kinda-
around to be in a better position. in
You
case
have
of
the
fires.
right.
Try and find like a
Why
little
is it
something to
a
get
hot
up.
dog?
Okay.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm just enjoying the free food.
What do you believe your wolf is doing?
Well, that depends. Assuming if Quienta senses that there is anything dangerous or unnatural in the area, she might be
Hot dogs are unnatural.
responding to it. But I mean,
Just
if
look at it.
everything seems kosher and fine, Quienta's probably just sitting with us.
They are kosher hot dogs.
But I leave that sort of up to you. Really.
Make an insight check.
Jewish.
Now I would have brought.
That is a 13.
So do I.
13.
It's good. Might have it.
Kind of look to Quienta. Her tail is between her legs and she's sort of sitting on her tail, sort of just like trying to keep as small as possible in your shadow.
She and I are on better terms now.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
You've never seen her like this before. I will say, with you traveling with her for so long,
Mhm.
never seen her like this.
Then I will prepare to. I will be. Let me just say, I'll be on my guard and keeping watch over everything to see if anything happens.
All right. The three of you approach the group. You wait maybe like a minute for them to get done talking to, kind of like a group of young women who's kind of are like some teachers who work in town. When they leave, you guys have an opportunity to talk to them as you guys approach.
Afternoon, evening. What is this afternoon?
How about afternoon?
Good afternoon, y'all. And how are your fine afternoons and pleasantries of this fine?
Oh, yes, sir. We are doing well, thank you.
They wouldn't have even realized.
Nope.
Because English is not their primary language.
It's just like
I'm
nervous.
This is such a wonderful day here today. Nice and sunny.
Yes, wonderful, beautiful. No, how are you? Sorry, I get nervous when I talk to new people.
Well, this is fine. We are not from here, as you can probably tell by the accent, but slowly turned French there for a second. My name is Herr Schmidt. I work for the Hofstadter Mining Company.
Really?
Oh, we just walked into Django Unchained.
Oh dear.
Is that guy's last name Schmidt? I didn't know.
So, Schmidt. So, correct me if I'm wrong. German?
Da.
Oh,
Or
okay.
ja, I can't remember which one it is. It's ja.
Da.
Is it da?
No,
or-
da.
No, da is
Uh, ja.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, from Germany.
Okay, so I guess what brings you this far west? I guess this west.
We work for the Hofstadter company, and we are checking in on various places, and we're stopping by on our way and decided to join the festivities.
Oh, okay.
Under the impression that you're looking at setting up here in this fine town.
Well, perhaps maybe like a branch if the mayor Cooper wants to allow us to have like a headquarters here, so we can be a hub to different of our businesses. I don't see why not. That would be a problem.
Oh, he did seem so inclined, yeah. Is that a future project? Sometime in the distant future or the near future? What is your plan?
Well, things take time. We will have to see how it goes out. We'll have to find a place to build shop, or our offices, or find somewhere to rent offices, and there's a lot we would do if it were to happen maybe like next year or something like that.
So he'll pull out a little piece of paper, and it's got his information written on it. Professor James Leidy from Edam University. If you have any questions, I would be happy to answer them as best I can. I have a number of contacts back east. Anything that you need to know, I'm your man.
Thank you. Having a lot of contacts is very useful in my line of work as I try to sort of business and stuff like that.
Well, thank you. Yeah, and again, welcome to the town.
Thank you.
Yeah.
We hope we can make a hub here, but other than that, who knows?
Well, good luck to you, and if you ever need, the sheriff usually knows where to find me. So.
Of course. Lovely meeting you all.
It's lovely to meet all of you as well.
What is the woman doing? Is she reacting to any of this conversation, or because it was pointed out?
She's
that
sort
might-
of so.
Oh.
Yeah.
If Herr Schmidt is standing in front, in like right here, now that you're closer, you can see that yes, this is maybe like a hired hand who's wearing like a suit. What was given to him? You can already see like there's grime coalescing on the collar. He's like kind of wiped his face a little bit. Looks very uncomfortable. Sort of very like scraggled, like 5 o'clock shadow.
Like a bear in a suit.
So he'll sort of look to the woman, and he'll take off his hat, and he immediately starts squinting in the light. Miss, and he'll offer his hand. He'll kiss the back of her hand, and he is taking sort of a deep breath. He is trying to figure out. He has a suspicion that she may be somehow related to our good Duke, and so he is trying to get a feel for that.
Okay.
I was kind of thinking that too.
Okay.
I didn't get
Make an
that.
insight check.
I was gonna ask if I knew anything about them given my background.
Probably not great.
Not for this specific. You're good for now.
Okay.
Inside is just a 3.
Okay. The two of you, who has the higher deception, and what is the number?
2 of us.
Yeah, the two
Oh.
right there. 5.
My deception is an 8.
She's
is a 10.
very
It makes
hard
a
to read.
difference.
She does give like a little smile. Thank you.
I didn't catch your name, and he'll put his hat back on again to shade from the sun. I didn't catch your name, miss.
Oh, Miss Eden.
Are you also then work for the Hofstadters?
No, I just tagging along with them for a while.
He'll pull out another, essentially a card. If there's anything I can do for you here in town, please let me know.
She kind of looks at it and reads it very carefully.
If you're interested in antiquities, or my specialty is in dinosaur research, you can come by, and he'll sort of point out off to the distance. I have a tent set up with a fascinating specimen currently.
Maybe I'll take your word for that.
Well, it's been a pleasure. And again, anything that you folks need in town?
She sort of nods. The dirty man sort of, and sort of the three of them continue on throughout the crowds. Was there anything the two of you were doing during that time, or just?
No, I was just, as soon as we were walking back, she's like, how do you words.
Lots of practice.
I would have kept enough distance that it wouldn't be necessarily incredibly obvious that I was like part of the little group, and maybe accidentally run into her on my way out of the picture.
That's a smart idea.
Okay.
Pockets.
Like, see if I can get any kind of a different sort of vibe
You're
off
sitting
of
there
her,
just
or
like, okay.
any more information off of her, or anything like that.
Right. Like, are you trying to like physically like touch her in the essence of like seeing what she has on her, or like looking her up and down, scanning sort of thing?
I guess if
I
you
wanna
bump into her.
Pocket her. Like, I could, but I don't.
I'll do it.
I don't want to.
Just walk the dark.
Yes, I don't want to yet.
Okay.
Slit the pocket.
So more in terms of like, if I accidentally stumble into her and we both kind of,
Okay.
it gives me an opportunity
Is
to
your
be.
form waiver because
Up
it's
To grab her
close.
hand and be like, "Oh, I'm so sorry."
Huh,
Okay.
I can also kiss her hand.
Then,
Scratch her knee.
so what are you rolling?
That's a good question. What am I rolling?
Performance?
I could do
performance?
performance.
I will allow performance.
Okay, so that's 17 plus 8, so
Nice.
Better perform.
25.
25, yeah.
The three who are talking to that group, who has the highest insight, and what is the number?
0.
Insight, my insight's a plus 5.
I've got a +1 on insight.
What'd you roll?
25.
25? No. You sort of bump into her. It's like, oh, I'm so sorry. It's weird. When you bump into her and you sort of like stumble, you do it elegantly. But only because like suddenly her hands sort of like pirouette you around, and you barely even stumble into her. She sort of like gently moves you off to the side with her hands and just like,
Wow. That was real swift.
thank you. And she just continues onward.
Is there some kind of like
You
skill
did.
set that this
so
would be?
she's super fast.
She Dexy.
Somebody make her.
Well,
bleed.
who was watching her when she did that?
I
It would
Then make perception.
We'd
Make
be
perception
pretty much kind of
checks.
walking away.
That's true. That's true. Yeah.
Who is going to help? Maybe you.
The three once again. The three of you. Who has the highest sleight of hand, and what's the number?
I got a plus 5.
Okay.
+2.
9.
Plus 9.
9.
Okay.
Nice.
Oh.
I have
So
proficiency in,
my perception
Yeah,
was a 15.
Okay.
21.
21.
I just now thought of that. That's what's
You
going to
barely
happen.
catch her. She moved before she stumbled.
Okay.
Did she lift anything off of me?
No.
Nope, she just knew you were gonna stumble before you stumbled.
Oh, she's smart.
That's not smart. That's something else.
precognitive or
With that 21, Quint is also just staring towards that group.
Great. Okay.
That's as far as I'm gonna push it.
Okay.
Just gonna see myself off so that if there was question in her mind as to whether I meant to do that, it will keep her questioning. So that hopefully she decides I did not.
She read you like a book.
You guys
Possibly.
gather back up, or
Well, I was gonna once we were all together,
Yeah.
I was gonna say I think that I might retire to my tent for the night. I gave them all some information to be able to find me. I'm hoping that I can sort of insert myself. They are definitely working with the Hofstadters. I'd like to get information before anybody else does, so we'll see what comes of that.
Is she watching us now? When these guys come back?
make a perception check.
Could I as well?
Yep.
You probably.
Who's
My
making that?
perception's not great.
Who's making it?
I got an 18.
Of whoever's making it, what is your stealth, and who has the highest number?
My stealth is a +7.
Mine's a 2.
+5.
I wouldn't be looking. Be
What
focused on conversation.
would people roll for perception?
22.
22.
Oh, sorry, what?
What was your perception that you just rolled?
18.
22. There are occasional glimpses towards you guys, more curiosity, but nothing often that you would think. Just more curious.
Right. we have not drawn their attention any more than the dude handing out his business cards has.
But it's only her that you've drawn the attention of. You don't think the other two care.
Oh, you're pretty.
Yeah, so I think I'm gonna go ahead and retire. I have some bones to put together tonight. Would you mind stopping by tonight at some point?
Midday.
I'd like to take another
It's only midday.
another vial.
Well, if you need a sample, I suppose I could.
I prefer not to do that right here. Yeah, I do want to take another sample. I have some suspicion, and he'll get even quieter. I have some suspicion that she is maybe not quite what she seems, in terms of what she presents. She is too much she is too forgettable for who she is and who she's with.
I agree. Something ain't right.
I have some suspicions and some comparisons to make, but
You want her blood?
Yes, but not right now. If she is curious enough to come see the work that I've done in the tent city, then I may offer to do the general workup that I do and I've done for a good number of townsfolk here, and see if I can get a vial of blood that way to sort of take a look at.
I would advise not being alone with her. I think you may need another 2 or 3 people there.
The more distance they get, the more relaxed Quienta seems.
She moved before you even began to fall.
It was like she was dancing, and I didn't even realize that she knew the steps.
She either knew what was going to happen beforehand or knew what your intentions were before you got there.
Yeah,
Interesting.
it was real creepy.
So no matter what happens with her, I would just assume that she can think before you can act.
Well, then, if that's going to be the case, then I think we should set up another tent near mine, and we can have people close.
Sure.
If any, I don't know if she's even going to be interested enough to come by. I wasn't really able to gauge her, which is also strange.
You are right, though. Whatever she is, it is not
It's not
natural.
right. Yeah.
So are we thinking like she's foresightable? I don't know if that's the right.
Could be.
Quienta?
Could be.
Is she a spirit like Quienta of some sort?
Quienta doesn't get that uncomfortable around other spirits, right?
You've not been around too many spirits.
Yeah, but the ones that we have, she doesn't.
I guess have you been paying attention to her when we've been around other spirits?
It's hard to tell right now
Well,
because she can't exactly express anything to you.
Mm-hmm.
Just, if anything happens close by, make sure I'm not talking to folks. Make sure I'm aware. So.
well, we're
I
planning on
think-
heading out tomorrow regardless.
Yeah.
This is just something I wanted to check
I
out.
think she may have foresight, or maybe she can read your intentions before you act on them.
Something.
So do we need to do things we wouldn't normally do?
No, I mean, for all we know, she
just
is.
only act randomly.
For all we know, she is unconnected to anything we're here for. She's strange in the fact that she's in the company of Hofstettlers. I suspect we will run into them again, but
Always run into them again.
who knows what her intentions are? Like, that's just don't. I would treat her with an abundance of caution.
And I mean, we made the sheriff as aware as we can. That group is working with Hofstetters, so think that's as good as we can do for now. But if anybody would like to set up camp near me tonight, on the off chance that she decides she's interested enough in dinosaur bones to come check them out, we could set you up in a tent of your own, and then you could be available if something goes southwards.
I do have a thought on that. But if you know, she can read your intention and find out what's going on. So
I mean, we don't know that that's what she can do.
Yeah.
Just what I saw was someone who acted before. She acted to counteract something before it had happened.
Yeah.
So
She's from the future.
at the very least, she is incredibly fast.
Yeah.
It's not impossible.
I do have one question. What is word dinosaur?
Giant lizard.
Dragon. Got it.
Sure.
Uh-huh.
Close enough.
I mean, usually without wings.
Usually,
Usually. There is some debates on whether some of the things we found would be working sets of wings. There's the pteranod, which is not important. Dinosaurs don't usually have wings.
I would imagine, as I have never seen a giant lizard with wings.
Dragon.
I have. I mean, come on, look at me.
So do they look exactly like you, or?
So this is Lance's point of time
Can you
to
breathe
chime in
fire?
that if they are the traditional, Chinese dragons, they also don't have wings.
Yeah, they
Oh,
just.
that's true.
Yeah, accurate. Accurate.
They fly. They do not have wings.
So can you breathe fire?
Not fire, no.
No, we.
Bright light.
Yeah.
I was to say we've seen you
Radiant.
use your breath
Like
weapon.
the
haven't we?
sun?
Okay.
He opens his mouth and the whole power of the sun. Bah!
It's like it's more than like a lamp. Less than a
Oh my
bonfire.
goodness, why don't we just turn you on when we're at camp and then the bugs can just...
Do you like bugs? Maybe that's not a bad
Are
idea.
you having a problem with bugs?
Have you been camping?
Yes.
Bugs.
Mosquitoes are bad.
Like, it doesn't matter where you... Okay, answer me this. This is a question I've had all my life. We're in the middle of the desert. At any given time... This is a real ramble thing. But you're in the desert anytime. How does a damn fly buzz you in the middle of nowhere? Did it follow you from 3 days ago?
People have followed me weirder places.
I just don't get it.
The next time we are out, I will show you how to avoid problems with insects.
Sorry, it's just it's not like it's a personal problem or anything. It's just
Have you been back east? Where are you from?
here. Well, pretty much this state. We didn't go too far.
Fair enough. You have not dealt with the mosquitoes.
They're worse.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
They're itchy
Oh.
mofos.
I hope you never find out.
Never had problems with mosquitoes. Can't get through skin.
You know, I think I'd have the same issue, but they wiggle their way in those little cracks.
I'm gonna go set up a tent for anybody who would like to join me tonight.
It helps the way of clothing.
Helps
So-
if you-
Hopes if you, it's better when you don't sleep butt naked in the middle of the desert.
Don't judge.
Nothing
man
but
by
your
sleeping
$10
naked.
boots.
$10
Just my boot. You gotta leave the boots on. I learned that. You gotta keep your feet nice and
Yeah.
ready to run whenever you.
Fair point.
You learn that not to break them in first?
So your plan
Most
is to set up
Exactly.
another tent by your tent, just so everyone else is close to your tent in
You can
case
hear what's going on. and
the
stuff,
the
yeah.
weird woman comes by.
And she may not, and
Yeah.
that's fine too. But that's where I'll be the rest of the night, is setting up bones, trying different configurations.
So what
based on...
everyone else doing?
I'll be close by there. I will try once we are farther away from them before she has a chance to get back. Sit down and be like, "Okay, Mary. Mary,
Mary, did you know?
Mary, Mary, quack.
Yes,
Mary.
I'm here.
Okay.
She seems a little out of breath.
You all right over there?
Yeah, no. Go.
Okay. Creepy lady who seems to have no actual personality, seems to be devoid of any kind of unique qualities whatsoever. You know that one?
I'll get back to you. Then kind of goes quiet.
That's real not good.
Or
Or
real
it's
good.
really good.
Eh.
Make an insight check.
Oh, that was good.
Yeah.
It's gonna be above a 20. Where's my insight?
Sounds like she was running.
Oh yeah, no, that was not good.
Maybe she's on a nightly jog.
I don't think so.
None of us can hear her.
No.
Oh, she's run from somebody.
Do guys run?
What?
They float fast. Can some float faster than others?
So, JT, where are you gonna, or what would you like to do this evening? Be within the tent, waiting to spring on someone, or just enjoying your own time in the town?
Not in the tent, but someplace close, like
Just on the
out in
bank of the
dark.
river.
Yeah, sort of down by the bank of the river.
Yeah.
Just, in the dark, close enough that I can maybe see but not be seen.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we're wearing your what was it, rice hat?
Yeah.
Wearing your rice hat, sort of sitting down next to the river, sort of skipping stones. You can see a lot of people. You can see like anywhere between like 100 to 200 fishing poles just out onto the river. Just people trying to catch whatever they can for dinner or whatever.
Okay, sounds
So-
good.
And they're also scared of you that they catch nothing for dinner.
It's all of
same.
these
I'd be, like,
huge gap.
close
Is one
Okay.
huge gap.
to observe what's going on and stuff, but not close enough to be associated with
Gotcha.
them. So.
I would like to try to do my best to, unseen by them, track their movements through town. So sort of shadow them.
Okay. And
I think I'll just hang out and kind of help him, like, distribute, like, move the bones around, kind of just have a chit-chat, try and figure out more of his hobby stuff, too.
Yeah, and he'll talk your ear off about his studies.
Well, you
and
listen
things.
about the piano, so you know what? It's only fair.
I like your style.
Yeah.
Active listening's a good
all
style.
right. Following them, they
For half a second, I was like,
are
"What'd you
around the
get?"
party for maybe like another hour and a half before you see that they sort of start heading back to town.
I hear when you're here.
The two gentlemen sort of split off, heading towards like kind of like the hotel, and the woman just starts just like kind of like window shopping, but just sort of just strolling around, just looking around.
Okay, I will continue
Nonchalantly.
to shadow the woman.
Okay. As you start shadowing the woman, Quienta seems to be a lot better.
It was the woman.
Okay, interesting.
Still don't like her. She's a creep.
She's a weirdo.
Also, I did look up because I had to double check something. Quienta can communicate with me
Oh, okay.
what she is thinking.
We'll say that at the current moment she's been quiet, but I'll say at this point if you want to ask her anything.
So I will just be like, all right, Quienta, what do you think about our mystery guests?
And she can just say simple things.
So she can communicate her intent, and it's not like she can't actually talk.
But just more like couple word sentences.
Yeah.
Okay. She sort of pauses for a moment, and then you get back. One smelled like Reka.
Reka. Do I know that word, or is that...
Make a history check.
Great. I'm super good at these. Oh, wait, does this have to do with humanoids?
It is not.
Dang it.
Well, no.
Dang it. I could have had advantage.
He was so optimistic for 3 seconds.
Oh, that was... Alright. That's still a 16.
16. You have heard of Reka before. It is a name associated with a bear spirit. A very, very old bear spirit.
Oh boy. Do I know anything else about said bear spirit?
You know, one of the stories of Reika was they stabbed a wolf spirit who happens to coincidentally have the same name as your lovely friend.
Only you can commit deicide.
Thanks, Smokey.
Oh my gosh.
I assume that's the big one.
Thank you for that.
Yeah.
Of course. Oh, yeah.
That was an excellent combination.
Good to know. We'll have to keep our distance then.
Unknown about that one.
Fair.
Nothing.
Not normal.
Does she have a scent?
I mean, as the weird flower stuff that people put on occasionally.
Arsenic.
But she doesn't have her own. Does the Duke have his own scent?
What?
Smorgasbord.
Many scents.
Yeah, because you guys all don't know,
They don't know.
right?
No.
About him.
She conveys that it's just like all smells,
Right. Okay.
all spice.
It's a very distinct.
Hey, don't be sniffing
You
me.
smell like Terry Crews.
Axe body spray.
So you smell like a teenage boy.
I was like, I'm very well acquainted with this smell. Okay, I'll just keep following her, see where she goes.
Are you trying to be stealthy about it, or
Oh yeah, no, very stealthy.
Make a stealth check. And what is your perception score?
My bonus or my passive?
Your bonus.
7.
Okay.
It's almost like she's just mirroring.
That's exactly. I was like, she's using your own. All right, so that is a 23 for me,
Okay.
and that is a 12 for Quayenta.
Okay.
System of work.
She's just wandering through town, looking at the occasional, dress. There's like a little tailor shop, and she kind of looks and sees some of the things. She goes on, goes to like the general store and just looks around, talks a little bit to like the general store manager.
Does she leave tracks?
Yeah.
Okay.
She just seems
Keep.
very normal.
Yep. It. Like I said, suspiciously average.
Mm-hmm.
Normal in ways that no one else is normal.
If she were a car, she would be a white Camry.
The most suspicious of vehicles.
That's why you picked him out right in the spot.
She's so boring. If she were a spice, she'd be a flower.
I like that.
Yeah, I'll until it gets late enough that I need to retire to bed. I'm just gonna keep following her just to see what she's up to.
After maybe like half an hour of her just like looking through several of the shops and whatnot, you see her just go to a house, open the door, and enter in.
Okay. At that point, I'll go keep watch over Doc's tent.
Okay.
What's the matter over there, Keith?
Sadly, we don't know what the two guys were
Nope.
doing during this whole time.
Nope.
Nope, and I'm pretty sure it's a good idea for me to keep my distance from them.
Now's a good time to kill him.
I'm just gonna keep listening for Mary.
Okay. So for the two organizing bones,
So I think the head fan goes this way. Like so when it attacks its prey, it keeps it together, so it'll stay there.
The problem with that would be, and he'll hold the mandible. The problem with that is, look at these teeth here. This is not carnivore,
But we have those kind of teeth.
but you are an omnivore. You eat both meat and plants. Whatever this beast was, and some of our problem is we don't know for sure that these bones all go to one animal. They came from the same spot. But it is possible that there were layers upon layers in that sediment, that as the sediment shifted, that we have multiple different animals. That's sort of an issue. But whatever this mandible came from was specifically a plant eater. So
how do you know the bones go with these bones? Or
some of that we don't, and some of that is trial and error.
so it's hypothetical.
More heuristic than hypothetical.
I'm still lost.
how long do you guys keep talking for bones before you're just like, okay, nothing's gonna happen?
Oh, he'll go on
Turn it
forever,
out.
and I'm just gonna
That's
kind
what I was
of.
to say, all
Yeah.
night.
I'm in
All night?
professor mode, so he will keep talking.
Lecturing.
I'm just kind of letting him go until I'm like, okay.
Night falls.
By the end of the night, once it's dark enough that he'd start having to use like candles and money to, keep going, he'll offer to set up if you would like to do like a full medical examination. He can
Like
do
a
that for you.
ritual?
Have you ever been to a doctor? They don't have a lot.
I mean,
of
we had
doctors,
people
but-
come to the house with a little bag, and
Fair enough. It's sort of like that. Basically, I can just give you a workup. I can tell you if there's anything you should be watching out for. Look at dietary recommendations.
Check your prostate.
Cough. Nothing scary, but if that is something you'd be interested in, I could do that. I've done it for a good number of the party members. I can just give you, things to make sure that you stay healthy.
sure. I mean, I got nothing to lose. Might as well.
The two of you hear kind of like footsteps approach the tent.
No.
Do I hear this too?
I guess it'll be good.
I'd get up and like ready,
Gotta increase my
Like-
strength score, I think.
probably just Eldritch Blast to start with.
What do I see approaching from the
You
riverbank?
see Sheriff Morgan Lachey.
Oh, let's not shoot him.
Just start shooting through the tent.
Any master blasting.
All right, Mr. DeVito.
You sort of.
So can I see into Prop's tent?
You can see. I imagine there's like a lamp, and you can see like
the
two
shadows.
shadows, sort of.
Okay.
You can see the finger
so,
guns.
So the reason
Yeah,
I'm
disturb.
asking
Mhm.
is because as a crystal dragonborn,
Mm-hmm.
I have psionic mind.
Okay.
It says I can send a telepathic message to creatures I can see.
Okay.
So the question
Do our
is,
shadows count?
Do their shadows count?
I'll allow it this once.
Okay.
Danger, Will Robinson.
So I will.
Just like in your mind, just
send,
danger.
So you will hear Prof in your head, the voice of JT, and he will let you know that it's Morgan Lachey approaching your tent.
He'll exaggeratedly nod.
I'm just like. Now, okay, so
Sure.
a question for me: does the voice come from a certain direction, or do you know it comes directly from inside the brain?
From inside the brain.
So you're like, he's inside me.
I'm a skin suit.
Now,
I can only target one person.
Yeah. No, it's
Prof.
just him. Yeah, no, that was more for my sake.
It's the sheriff. He's coming.
Oh,
Professor, are you in?
I am indeed.
Alright. He comes in
flap
with his
Careful there. There's some
Oh,
small bones there.
hell.
He'll take him carefully. He's got a big, thick blanket that he has parts of these wrapped in, and he'll just start folding it up so it's out of the way.
You know where everyone else is?
Vaguely.
Okay.
I have no idea.
Little couple of snags.
Oh, great.
Well,
The best.
had a meeting with the new mayor, and a lot of questions on you guys came up. A little wondering about you all.
Fair.
All good things, though, right?
Mayor is dead now.
Just more questions than anything, but what happened? Cause I got the impression he was sort of wondering what you all were about in the essence of, like, we didn't say we knew, but we knew that both of us knew that you guys kind of are not under my employment, but I have used your skills before, and I have never told anyone that, so...
That was not something that came from us.
Nope, that wasn't something discussed.
Right, okay. Now might be a good time to get out of town
We
for
were
a little while.
later in the morning.
Probably should gather everyone up, please.
Yeah, I can do that. We offered essentially, I offered specifically to be an information gatherer for them. Mostly because I'd like to know what it is that they're planning, but obviously there's going to be layers to that.
If you can gather everyone and then meet in my house, it's the... he gives you directions to his house. If you can just meet me there instead of my office, might be better, just so...
Just for my sake.
Yeah, go for it.
What happened?
Well, it made it sound like it was like a meeting, you know, like getting to know your sheriff sort of thing. And then he started asking questions about you guys, and I just told him that I had occasionally employed you for several things. And he made it sound like he knew a lot more than he was letting on.
Oh, great.
I mean, we are an odd bunch, so that doesn't surprise me.
It kind of stick out,
specifically.
but
I also gather that most of us, well, with a couple of exceptions, aren't too open about our general business.
Yeah, and I'll tell you whatever you need to know about me.
okay.
Just what we wanted to hear.
Just what we wanted to hear. Okay.
I'm pretty open book.
So I'm
Folks
suspecting
care
that it is not from us that they have gathered that information, but from elsewhere. So I will go gather everyone up.
Did we do a bad thing? Just so if
Not in my eyes.
so I don't do it in the future.
No, not in my eyes. You haven't done anything bad, but seems like the mayor might have taken an interest in you, and if you say they're with the Hofstadters...
In a good way. I felt like I got a good impression on him, so I was just.
I imagine you made an impression. Whether it was good or bad, we're gonna have to find out. Try go through the back door.
I can do that.
Thank you. Evening, as he sort of exits out and heads back towards town.
Put on my duster, and I'll to the direction of the river. He's gonna just like.
All right, so I'll stand
To the
up
river.
and I'll pull my rod up. It's not even a hook on the end of the line. It's just tied to a weight.
Rock.
Okay.
Whack them on the head with a fish.
And I'll toss it to one of the other people on the bank.
Where would they find you, Werewolf?
See, so here's the thing. I'm not sure that they could, because I was going to find a concealed spot where I could keep watch over his tent without anybody noticing me. I don't know.
I mean, if you can.
Then, well,
Well,
if you
if
can
you
see the
walk
tent,
out.
you can see that the sheriff went in, and
Yeah.
it seems like
And
they're
the
all
chest.
And the
sort of-
shadow
they're,
just kind of like.
they're sort of gathering up.
And then where were you gonna be? Remind me. Were you gonna be just close?
I was close enough to where I can see what's going on, but not close enough to be associated with you.
Okay.
I mean, if you're close, you can see JT
Yeah.
pull himself up off the riverbank and
Yeah.
start heading towards the prof's
I'll pull
tent.
my hammock in and
So I leave it up to you if you would like to do it. Whether you would
I
join
will
or
go
not.
in, but I'll ask Quayenta to keep watch outside and let us know if anything happens.
So sort of, especially since it's a tent and not a house, he'll be pretty quiet. Sheriff has asked us to come in the back door of his house and talk. Apparently, the mayor and or our Hofstadter friends are more informed than they should be about each of us, and are asking questions now. So
That is what you call white flag, yes?
Red
beige,
flag.
beige.
Ah. Which one is like sunrise?
Red.
Pink, orange,
Salmon?
depends in the morning.
Too many colors.
I don't know what you were completely going for. There is something like white flags usually mean surrender.
Oh, not that one.
Red flags are like, oh.
Anyway, let's get this show on the road.
Gotcha.
Explains why the foreman was always upset with me when we were digging tunnels.
Wave the white flag.
I put white flags around places go boom.
Damn. All right.
Makes sense.
All right. So as we're walking, I'll sort of mutter under my breath for anybody close enough to hear, talking about the things that he studied about stealth.
That's just painful to listen to. I will cast Pass Without a Trace.
Okay. So you will have a +10, and if you're listening to Prof's random lecture, you will also have advantage.
No, you'll either gain proficient, or you'll gain proficiency.
Yeah, you gain
or
proficiency.
if
you
you're
get
already
expertise.
proficient, you'll gain expertise.
That's right. That's right.
If you already have expertise, it doesn't necessarily matter.
So it goes from a +4 to a +8, and
And then
add
plus 10
10
from Pass Without Trace.
Mm-hmm.
We all get +10?
Yes.
Hmm?
Oh, now I have to math.
28.
28.
23.
23.
36.
36.
Damn!
35.
35.
34.
So 23 for me,
Please.
but Quayenta gets
52.
32.
Oh, wait. With expertise.
Enjoyed that.
There you go, +3.
I don't have expertise. I just have normal.
Oh, hang on. I have to bring in a calculator.
Sorry. 38.
38. Okay. The DM has lost half the party. No longer can I see you in this story.
Okay, yeah. Quayenta has a 39.
Okay.
Oh, and we leave no tracks.
Okay.
We sneak under the ground.
We have slipped all the way past the fourth wall.
Stealth.
As I said, we're gonna get all the way in his house before Lachey's gonna know we're there.
Yeah.
Hey, I look out that window. I think I see us. We just moved through this world.
So, you guys head towards Morgan Lachey's house, which is the same house
That she went into.
that she went into earlier.
So before we go in, Winter Wolf is like, wait. We're not going in there. I spent all evening tracking that woman. She went into this house.
You think he's not here?
Oh, I think we better verify that we're not about to walk into a trap.
Any of y'all folks real good in climbing?
Is there a crawl space under the house?
There is, but it's like very small.
Oh,
Because
blow
it's
up
like
Morgan
log,
Lachey's
very
house.
thin logs, and then the small.
What about
Are you
windows?
sure this
There are windows, yeah.
Shade's house?
Are the shades open?
That's a fair point, but on the odd chance that
Yeah.
Do we know that this is in fact the sheriff's house?
That's what. That's the directions that Prof was given.
So no.
We haven't
I-
actually been to
I have
his
a
house.
I have a question. Is there something that Lachey has on him always?
His gun.
Well, so Lachey has one of the Lewiston guns, doesn't he?
No, he has a very specially built automatic pistol that was built by Tahiti.
Am I like semi sort of familiar with it? Because
You've seen it,
I've
yeah.
seen it. Okay.
Did we see it when he?
He's
Can
always carrying it.
Wait,
One of us
But he
should
did
go
have
check
intent
the
then.
sheriff's
Yes.
office.
I was gonna say we should check the sheriff's office. We should also ask Tahiti where Morgan Lachey's house is.
That's a good idea.
Before we do that, can I cast locate object and look for his gun?
Ooh.
Nice.
In the house.
It's in the house.
It's in the house.
Okay.
So he's in the house, or the gun is in the house.
The gun is in the house.
So I imagine
So if it's always
in
on
some
him,
capacity he is in the house. I would still like to take the.
Well, in that case, then we should go in regardless, because
that's
even
fair.
if this is
Even
a
if
trap,
it's
it means that
something's-
they have subdued the sheriff.
All right. That's a
All
good
right,
point.
I'm gonna
We
pull out my
Yeah,
obsidian
he does
dagger.
pay
It
us.
just became.
we should have some sort
cover?
of plan. Just blow it up. Oh,
Cover?
put bombs around the house.
Like a smoke screen?
No, let's not.
What? No.
Let's claim the
Probably not
perimeter.
yet.
Let's have you
One
And
story
you.
or two?
Hmm?
One story or two?
One story.
you head into the house
Maybe like
first, tell them that you
15,
let us all
15.
know and that
Well-
we're on our way here.
Could be
Oh, I
like
like that.
30
I mean,
30 feet by
it was
30
the two
feet.
of us in there,
And if it
you and the
if
other
it
guy.
seems like a trap, let us know.
Should I howl? Give me a call. Give me something to say. Noise to make. I'm ready. I was
don't
born
know
for this.
I don't know what you have on you that you might be able to use to signal us.
The code word is blueberry.
You could play a jaunty tune while they waited.
Is
If
there
you
a-
are weirded out,
Piano in there?
I have a mini
he's got
piano.
his little mini piano.
It's
Oh.
a crankshaft piano.
I'll be like, well, you know,
All right, yeah, pick
while
a-
we wait, yeah.
What's a tune that we'd all recognize that you can play?
I could start a tune and I can sing something. When the moon hits your eyes
Sure. Yeah, no.
with yeast and rye. That's Panera.
You sing that. You sing that tune. If you think it's a trap, we'll give you 10 minutes. And obviously, if you start shooting and come running out of there before that, then we will just
Then
assume.
we'll
But
know,
yeah,
yeah.
we'll send you to it.
Now, what if they don't like the song?
I don't care. That's their problem, not mine.
Right.
So I'm gonna, not unsheath, but I'm gonna like make sure that I have easy access to my
Yeah.
obsidian dagger.
Okay.
So as the two of you head there, I'm gonna be like, all right, here's what we're gonna do. You're gonna hang back a little bit. You're gonna provide cover if we all have to come running out of there. After we're all out of the, you provide a distraction to keep anybody from following us. We'll have you two take either the front or the back. I will take Quinto around to the other side. That way, if we have to move in, because
All
to get them out,
directions.
yeah, we can take them from all directions. The goal here is to get out.
Yep. Okay.
Don't stay in. We just want to get in, get our people, get out, and regroup.
I'm a guidance every last one of you.
You can't.
Yeah, it doesn't really work that way.
Dang.
You have to be able to
One
touch,
at a
and it's
time.
concentration.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. So it's only one person at a time.
It is one person, and you
there
have to be
is-
able to touch
I
them.
can
There is,
touch
like,
all of
less.
them right now,
Yeah.
but like I do have to decide which one I'm going to hold
Yeah.
concentration on.
Bless would do what you're thinking.
Yeah, that makes
Now, that
sense. That would
requires
be
spell slots.
yeah. Let's do the cantrip instead.
Anyway,
That's okay.
so I will take Quinto around to the front of the house.
Okay.
Okay, I will crack the door.
Okay.
Is it unlocked?
Yeah.
I crack the door. Peek in real quick. Any lights?
Yeah. There's like a little gas lamp just on the table.
Give me to the count of 3 before you kick in, and I'll step in.
Stepping in, it's sort of like an L-shaped room as you come in. You sort of come into like kind of the kitchen. You can see there's like a table out to the side, and then like a small sitting area, not anything too big. And then you can imagine like the bedrooms off to the side.
Okay.
Sort of sitting in an armchair, just sort of nonchalantly sitting there. You see
White cap.
Morgan Lachey just sort of waiting.
Sheriff?
Oh, for hell's sakes! You can hear you have a stealth of
Oh.
36.
For you just appeared. you spoke, and he's like, ah!
He does pull his gun out and is like, son of a... Prof!
You told me to be quiet. I was.
Not just the grave! Hell's sakes!
I'm
Nearly
here
gave
too.
him a heart
Everybody
attack.
else.
Oh, you
Everybody else will be along shortly.
freaking hell. Okay. Hell. I was like expecting like a slight knock or a warning. Not like I suddenly appeared from the darkness. Hello, Morgan Lachey, you stupid.
Thank you for not shooting me. I appreciate not having holes.
You know?
Everybody else should be along shortly.
Okay.
And I'm gonna sort of like scan the room. Are there curtains on
Yeah.
the windows? Are they shut?
Some of them are shut.
Do you mind if I shut the windows?
Yeah,
Shut
no,
the
go ahead.
curtains?
I
So
sort of
use
had
that
him open.
excuse to-
He's like I had him just like see out through several of them, but you can close them by now.
I'm gonna go, and as I'm closing the windows or closing the curtains, I am checking everything out because I
He kind of goes over to kind of like his small little stove, but you can see it's crackling fire a little bit, and starts making some coffee.
Cool. I'm keeping an eye out and specifically watching for our nondescript lady.
Okay.
I mean, we gave you guys
Yeah.
10 minutes
10
before
minutes,
we'll come
yeah.
in, so.
Yeah. So,
So
I'm
yeah.
checking out the room if you want to watch him.
Yeah.
Like, see if you can figure
Yeah.
out if he's.
Can I just chat with him and see if like he's acting any different, anything, any crazy?
Sure, make an insight check.
Ooh, wow! I think I have 0+. Hold on.
You could vertically
By-
inspire.
Yep,
or
I do.
something.
By this point, do
Oh, I
you
guess I could.
do you have counter charm?
You can't make bad or inspire yourself.
No, I don't. Think
Oh,
I
that's
could.
right. That's right.
No,
It's
it's
all
counter
charm.
charm.
Counter charms at 6th.
6th. Okay.
Wow, it's so long. It's just 17.
Okay. He seems normal from when you've seen him before, so.
Okay. Is there anything suspicious around the house as I'm closing blinds and curtains?
Define suspicious.
Am I seeing anything that leads me to believe that, like signs of a struggle? Yeah, like signs of a struggle.
Okay.
Things that might lead to.
No.
Is the house conspicuously clean?
Oh no, he's news.
Other than like pictures of family, just random like small knickknacks, maybe like a small thing with a couple of books. Doesn't look like it doesn't look like there's been a struggle. It looks as clean as a 30-year-old bachelor would be.
So not very clean
Oh,
at all.
So not very clean at all.
Pigsty.
I mean, there's not like pizza boxes everywhere because they haven't invented that. But like, there's
But
There
if
some
they
of the.
had,
But if you had, you know, there's still like dirty plates in
I was gonna
the
say,
wash
there-
basin.
it's just stacked up in the wash basin and hasn't been.
Well, back in that day, you only had like 2 plates,
That's true.
2 cups, and 1 knife and 2 forks, and
Yes,
1
we're
singular
real
spoon.
Get to share a knife.
Yeah.
Okay. So then,
So what did you do throughout the day? Just try to make small talk. before
Social
everybody shows
as be security mostly. What did you roll as well? What did you roll again as well with your investigation perception thing?
I did not.
Go for it.
Oh, you also would have had that D4.
Let's see. That would be.
up. So I guess it would have been 20 on my my insight would have been
Natural 20 or dirty 20?
Dirty.
Okay.
Because I had her.
Already had a guidance.
Yeah, I had her guidance.
He seems fine. Same, like I said, doesn't seem to be out of the ordinary.
Mhm.
29.
29.
That's plus 11.
Okay. Looking around, you do see that there is a desk. You do see that there are a couple of folders that are not as they should be.
Okay.
I mean, if you want to try and snag him, I can distract him.
Well, I mean, he was also over at his stove, so he's already not looking this way.
Mm-hmm.
Not as they should be in terms of like they're out of order or.
I mean, Morgan Lachey is a very he is a very tidy person. In fact, as you are searching, you do see hanging on the wall a medical doctorate hanging on the wall.
He's tidy, but his dishes.
I mean,
Sometimes depression gets to you.
Good point.
Steven did not like that he was in that comment.
So everything is neat, and like when it comes with like his filing system, everything is neat, other than like 2 files.
okay. I'm gonna sort of. Well, should I palm them or should I?
I mean, can you just, looking at them, can you just see what they are?
Yeah, like are they labeled? Or are
They are
on the
not
inside?
labeled.
Okay. I will just make note of that, and then we can come back to it as
Okay.
once I've been able to confirm, because I wasn't the one that was checking on Lachey specifically. But.
Okay. Lachey's just making coffee. He doesn't seem out of the ordinary. You don't think there is anything wrong with him?
Okay. So how are the wife and kid? No.
Oops.
Unmarried.
You've
I
just
know,
got
I
a
know.
list of small topics, and you're like, oh, how are the white? Oh, no, sorry.
Well, yeah, let's skip that one.
I'm still learning how to bard.
Okay, you have a really high charisma, don't you?
Yeah.
But it's because
No,
he's
yeah.
adorably awkward. That's hilarious.
After 10 minutes of you guys waiting,
Awkwardly, apparently.
Just see when you guys come in, I'm just like,
you guys enter in
I
and
guess go ahead.
you see the Morgan Lachey's looks like cooking making some coffee.
So you still want me?
No,
Yeah.
no. After the 10 minutes, we all go away because, like, at that point, they should have been able to ascertain whether it was a trap or not.
Did you come back around to the back?
Yeah, I will come back around to the back.
Yeah.
I like the sheriff enough that I will use the back door because he asked.
I will.
Same.
I will probably stay close to the back door.
Okay.
I was to say, so as far as he's concerned, all of a sudden we just materialize in his house.
Yeah. At that point, at least he knows that you guys are coming, instead of just 2 people apparating in his living room.
I like you do.
He sort of goes over and grabs the 2 mugs and kind of does the quick count and is just like, fend for yourselves, grabs one of them and then just pours a cup of coffee for himself.
I'm good.
And I'm trying to read, like, did you catch anything? Like, is this... I'm not asking, but...
Did you have any visitors earlier?
Here?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-mm. This is the first time I've been home since all day.
It's a one-story house, right?
Yeah. It's like...
How many other rooms are there other than
There's
room
only
we're
the
in?
one room, and the door's
The
open,
bedroom.
it's just the bedroom. Just like a simple, like, twin bed.
Anything look out of place to you?
I'm just gonna point at the desk.
Son of a bitch. As he goes over the desk and picks up the files.
You had a visitor earlier today.
Who?
That small petite woman that was with the Hofstettlers. I was following her through town. She came into this house. Didn't know it was yours at the time.
Okay.
What'd she get?
He hands you the files. He's just gonna go through his files real quick as he hands you the 2.
What are they?
The first one is everything that involves you guys.
I was gonna say, it's our file.
I figured.
Which is the incident at the salt mine. All of the letters he sent to people asking about information. All of the information he barely has finished about what you guys did at the Wailing Canyon. And all that sort of stuff.
You know, there are some things maybe not to write down, but that's...
Look, I'm just gather it, and it's not like you guys' names are on it,
Yeah.
but it's more, it has names of his friends that he sent letters to, just like generic notes about like the location of specific places. Like it doesn't name you guys. He's Lachey's smarter than that.
Right, but if you know...
But if you know that you guys have been hired or have been under his employ for
You could put it
a
you
while,
have the
can
other
put it
pieces,
together.
it becomes pretty clear who's...
Yeah.
Well, shit.
Well, that explains why they knew the mayor knows so much.
Yeah.
Does it have anything about where we are going?
No.
Okay, so
Because you
nothing
guys were
about
still trying to
plans.
debate where you were going.
Yeah.
So I suppose the question
And
for you...
that's in just the one file.
Oh, yeah.
What's
Sure,
the other
the
file?
other file.
The other file is Madame Mary. Mary as in Merry. Very much like that.
Or, borrowed my face, Mary.
Reading the file, taking a quick glance at it, Madame Mary is a voodoo priestess who lives in Old Seoul, who 5 years ago enchanted a rifle.
Mm.
You guys, some of you remember Keen Mind over there. Remember that Madame Mary was one of the places you were going to go to get at least like some enchanted bullets
Yeah.
made for the shotgun that you guys were going to make.
Decision's been made for us as to where we're headed first. Then.
Well, I have a question for our sheriff. Do you want to just let this play, or do you want to address this breach of your privacy?
Pros and cons to both, I suppose.
Was there anything taken, or just everything still there?
I'll keep
Yes.
looking. Just keep talking amongst yourselves as he continues looking through his files.
Danny, do you got stickies over there? Can you
Okay.
Because it is obvious now that the Hofstettlers are in town investigating what we are involved with.
Which is not really that big a surprise, considering
No.
we know that they are specifically trying to trap these angels.
But it is the three of them and the mayor.
Well, there's 3 of them and there's 6 of us.
Well, so I was going to say we could try and address this particular problem now before we actually leave town. Granted, that would require some leeway from the sheriff over here.
Oh, shit. He kind of goes and moves like a carpet and like moves a loose board and moves it out. And you can see like there's a small cubby. Takes out like a couple of boxes and like a couple of like a weird bundle of something.
Mm-hmm.
Shit.
What?
They got a file.
What
Well,
file?
what file?
Current known locations of the 7. Or at least the 6 that I know of.
Well, shit.
I think that means that we need
That one I was trying to hide as best I can
Do
because
they keep a record of all the telegrams that are sent out of town?
Well, I mean, there's only 1 or 2
mean,
places to send them.
Exactly.
Maybe. I mean, Dave would be asleep by now, but and then
If you ask them to not accept messages from or to a particular group of people,
Or place.
I'm not saying we should
that's
do
exactly what I was going to have you do.
anything, but is easier to not have messages sent if wires not connected.
yes, but we need to make sure that we need to find out if they have sent anything.
Also, please don't destroy those.
Not a-
That'll be a ball
Not
like on my
saying
fault.
I would.
Right.
Sure.
But
Because we could try and contain the situation now.
If the situation is still in town.
Right. Well, that's the thing, is we could see if they're still in town. We could find out if they have sent this information outside of town. But doing this would require your leave to, and would require you going head to head with the mayor.
It's the mayor's.
no.
How do you know?
You guys need to go northward.
Never mind.
Get whatever you need to do that.
What about
Lay
this
low.
Madame Mary, though? She is potentially...
Oh,
Something tells me she can handle it.
Madame Mary can handle herself quite well. The hard part's finding her, because only she'll let you. Madame Mary is the only person I fear in this world.
Wow.
She's a sweetheart, though. She's like an aunt. But,
Stay on our good side.
stay on her good side.
Fair enough.
That being said, then, some things that you should know, Sheriff.
Hmm.
The large, grizzled man in a suit that was with the Hofstettlers is likely a bear spirit. A very, very old one.
Okay.
Reckon that
I don't
one's
know how
pretty
I'm going to
powerful.
deal with that, but okay.
But that, I'm going to look over at Quienta and be like, I have it on the best of authority that it is, at the very least, related to a very ancient bear spirit. The second thing you should know is that woman is something strange.
Yes.
She reacted to our Miss Bellamy here bumping into her before she'd even
He's gonna whisper that to you.
fallen. And according to, he's going to look at Quint again, a very good source, she doesn't have a scent.
It's not normal. That's not normal.
That's
So,
Yeah.
I don't know what she is, but I do know that she is there, apparently there, does some of their dirty work for them and is something not natural.
Okay.
So take what precautions you will.
Miss Mary?
She's down south.
I hadn't heard back from her for a minute.
Don't try and understand. It's a losing
Can
battle.
I help you? The Mary says in your head.
Are you the Miss Mary, like M-E-R-R-Y?
I don't know who that is.
So you're.
But I'm
different-
A-R-Y.
Okay, different lady. Just making sure.
I'm a Mari. not
Sounds
Mary.
like super annoyed. I'm sleeping.
Also, are you all right? Last time we talked, you were mighty in a hurry.
Just trying to catch a boat.
We'll talk later.
Morgan Lachey is just like, I'll try and deal with what I can here.
I mean, just so if we're gonna leave, then you should know, since apparently they're not afraid to go through your personal effects. That's what you're dealing with.
Okay.
I mean, do you want us to try to take care of that tonight? Before
No,
we leave in the morning?
it will only bring more suspicion down, and I mean, from what you've told me, if too much attention happens in Mesa Springs, I don't want any of the 7 or the Hofstadters deciding that this is the go-to place. I
Fair.
got at least 3,000 people in this town who I don't want to see splattered against
That's real
the
reasonable.
pavement.
Fair.
Alright.
So, if it's all right with you, I'd like you all to at least leave by like now, tonight.
I'm ready to go.
Yep.
Also, you might need a guide.
It's dangerous to go alone.
Well,
I mean,
the
assuming-
North's not a great place right now.
What do you mean?
Really?
Canada.
Well, yeah, it's close to Canada, but as I said before, a friend of mine's been having a lot of trouble up there. There's been a lot of though it is not common knowledge, there is a small gold rush going on up
Gold?
there. along the Rocky River portion of the Timber Pine place, and a lot of people have been a lot of gangs have kind of risen up to try and steal gold. I'm sure there's a branch of the Hofstadters there that are trying to mine gold. It's not a great place, and my friend has not been having a great time. You can probably get a lot of money out of him for helping him, but it's still a treacherous place. And if you don't have anyone to help you through those woods, it's going to be a terrible time. You can easily get lost in those woods. Even for you, no offense.
If you say so. I'm going to remind my DM that we cannot become lost except by magical means.
I know, but he might not know that specifically.
Magical North.
Magical North.
Magical North.
Magical North is down.
System is down.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, do you think we can borrow that cart we used last time?
Yeah.
Quiet Lake, as it were?
I'll go see if I can... I got a friend who can help take you there. Duke, can I have a word?
Yes.
You want to come help me get the cart and all that ready?
Yeah.
Well, thanks for coffee.
You
Continue
say is the
enjoying
only
it.
other person who drank the coffee.
Meet me on the northern outskirts of the tent camp
Just like,
or tent town
I didn't want to tell
in
him what was
an hour.
Alright.
Probably better not go alone.
What, the sheriff?
No, Duke.
He's going with the sheriff.
Yeah.
I know, but like.
That's why I'm not go. That's why I don't want to be alone.
Oh.
He's going with me.
All right. I'm just trying to think. There's better with more numbers. Have one more person go, maybe.
I mean, it's also more noticeable if you move in.
That's also true.
Look, I'll go with him. Because I suspect I'm the one driving the cart again, yeah? The wagon?
I don't know how.
That's true, me neither.
Yeah, because I've got land vehicles and navigator's tools. I'll come with you if that's alright.
All right. Meet you at the north side. Let's go.
I'll catch you there.
Sounds good.
We'll start with you two. You follow Morgan Lachey. He kind of like quietly wakes a couple of people up from their homes and arranges things to get the cart for you guys. And then he goes to he heads to a small alley where you see he sort of just like wait here for a second, and he goes in.
Welcome to Dagon Alley.
You hear about a bunch of rustling. I'm awake. And coming out of the alley, sort of still putting clothes on, leading a donkey behind him.
Clancy!
You see a very familiar, tall, big man, like Paul Bunyan, but not like that high. So like reaching almost 6-7 feet tall, sort of Clancy, sort of the very like big, like everything is big. And he's just like, oh, hi, you guys need help going to north? Okay.
Good morning.
It's yeah.
Sorry to wake you up.
No, it's fine.
I appreciate you helping us out like this.
Yeah, no, north's very hard to travel. A lot of weird stuff up there. And it'll be nice to visit the family. Let's go. As he sort of, you guys taking the cart with you, start heading towards the northern side of the tent. The four of you, go to you real quick, start heading towards the northern side of the tent town. Okay.
Yeah.
Are we trying to be stealthy this time?
I don't know if it cares. I don't know that matters at this point.
Yeah, they know too much.
Well, and like we were mostly being stealthy. It felt like because we didn't want people knowing we were going to meet the
So
sheriff.
which direction does the railroad go?
North and south.
Oh,
Or
it does.
sorry,
Yes, east and west.
east and west. Sorry.
Okay.
Yeah.
Still,
Be convenient.
still say we should.
Sorry, east and west, and then there is a rail that heads south. But you know that one takes you to Old Soul,
Right.
which is like a week's travel by
By train.
train, and like a 2-month journey
Yeah.
Which
on land.
directions do the telegraph wires go?
They
along the
parallel the tracks.
Okay, so all three directions.
Yeah.
Okay.
If we cut the wires, Lachey can't get a hold of his people to get information.
Or get help.
Hey,
And it may attract more attention because then anybody who has business in Mesa Springs will want to find out why they can't get a hold of their people.
all good points.
So I agree it would be good if we could prevent them from sending that message, but cutting the wires seems like a drastic action.
Too many wires to cut. Just take telegraph machine.
Yeah,
I feel like we can leave that up to the sheriff. I feel like it is his prerogative to confiscate the telegraph
I
machine in
agree.
town.
Perception check.
You're being followed.
17.
11.
13.
14 for me, 19 for Quienta.
Okay. Okay. Queen sort of stops as you guys are going and sort of is looking a direction.
I will look that direction as well then.
You see sort of the side street that has sort of the awning. You see sort of maybe like a block down on the corner, looking in your direction. You see the woman sort of leaning against the post of the awning, sort of a folder in her hand, looking over to you guys, waves as you guys continue onward.
Just out of instinct, just no. It's a beautiful night in the neighborhood.
I'm gonna approach her.
Is
Oh,
it
you're gonna
Okay,
approach
we're
it?
doing this.
Okay.
So
Alright.
well, first off, is it apparent which direction we're going right now?
I mean, you guys are heading. I assume you're taking a direct approach or heading straight there at least.
I mean, yeah, like no matter, like you can probably ascertain we were heading towards a part of town. Now,
Yeah.
where we go from there is,
Mhm.
I mean, you're also headed back to where I live,
yeah,
so.
yeah. No, Winterwolf's gonna walk up to her.
Okay.
I'll keep
What's
there
gonna
too.
happen?
Okay.
I'm curious what makes you think we are on friendly terms.
I'll actually wait.
Well, I just can't wave to someone.
Only if you mean to be friendly, and I'm only curious why you think we are friendly toward one another.
Wow.
She sort of closes the folder and hands it to you.
I'll take it.
Yeah. Well.
I'm not gonna read it yet. I'm still waiting for an answer.
Awkward silence.
Yeah, there is a couple moments of awkward silence. Well. Should you ever wish to talk and
I'm still waiting for you to answer my question. You seem to believe that we are friendly towards one another, and I'm wondering what knowledge you have that would lead you to assume that. Because from what I understand, we are very clearly not friends.
I don't see why not. I haven't done anything to you.
No, but you are working for people that are antithetical to our...
Working for...
Well, I'm pretty sure that I didn't watch you go into the sheriff's house and rifle through his files on your own free will and choice.
Oh, no, that was
assume-
absolutely my choice.
I assume that was because the Hofstettlers are employing
She
you.
had a German accent earlier, didn't she?
No.
No.
No, oh,
She
no.
never did.
Dang it.
Oh, I could care less what the Hofstetters do.
And yet you still presumably gave them the information they asked you to acquire.
I never gave the Hofstetters the information. I gave it to the mayor, but never the Hofstetters.
And giving it to the mayor is about as good as giving it to the Hofstettlers.
Well,
You've added some more people in the mix, but at the end of the day, they're still going to be able to get what they want to know from him.
True.
So what's your game? Like, what are you getting at here?
Well,
Gwenda didn't react to her.
I know.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm aware.
Okay. Just.
Which
Well.
means she's probably not the most dangerous.
Let's
Not that
just
not that
say-
JT knows
let's
that.
just say that the mayor has a more delicious version of pride than the Hofstetters do.
Oh, hot damn.
Huh. Well.
I'm really glad I'm not there right now.
Sweet. Well, that is interesting to know.
Yes. Now, I am sure you are busy, probably have somewhere to be here in... she doesn't have a watch, but she
Right.
She-
she's
she's sort of in about... she gives the exact time for when you guys will need to be where you guys will need to be.
I'm just thinking.
Can I ask what your name, like your name is? Like I'm curious. I don't know
Well,
what everybody-
I've gone through many names in history.
What name would you prefer?
That's a good
my-
question. That's fair. That's fair. You got a
Get on
preference?
pride, please.
I don't know. This is. I don't get any of this.
He has not made the
I have
connection.
no idea.
Well, wow, there's so many. I like Eden. That's the one I've been going with lately.
That is what she introduced herself.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. I just didn't know if like you that was your.
Well, I don't necessarily have a name.
But hey, if you like going by Eden,
And I assume you are already aware that the Hofstettlers are interested in learning how to bind your kind to their...
Oh, of course.
Okay, I figured you already had encountered
So-
that particular snafu.
Are they aware that you are one?
No. It's nice enjoying filling up on their pride, thinking they can actually do it. But
But they
who
got.
knows?
I mean,
They got eaten, if you recall.
Interesting. Well, still not sure that I can say you're our friend, but...
you don't feel like an enemy right now.
Oh. Pride.
Yep,
There you
that would be the...
I know more.
You done real good catching up, bud. My goodness.
It's nice. Wow. See, everything I've been taught is you guys are like not good. You seem so nice. Nice, Eden. Thank you.
I will say you are the most...
Reasonable?
well, the least disruptive of all of your compatriots we have ran into.
oh, of
That's
course.
true, though.
I've just learned to live in this world longer than they have.
I'm sure you find it very easy.
Of course. I spent like several thousand years living off of the pride of others. Being a woman makes it so much easier as well. Men are so prideful.
I feel like I cannot argue that point.
I don't think you should try.
No? No, probably not.
Well, once you guys are get done with your excursion, I'll probably stay here in town for a little while. My well, let's just say siblings are sort of around and they might make their way this way. Seems like a good central place to see if they drop by.
Oh, now, can we maybe have an arrangement where you don't let them just completely wreak havoc in the town? There's some good folk here we'd like to, see not die in terrible ways.
And in exchange,
I don't know, is there some going rate you have to pitch?
As prideful as they come.
well, let's see.
We are people of modest means. I do not possess the pride to say otherwise.
Then how about a favor? I'll make sure that this little town is safe from my siblings. And you hear me out later.
Just hear you out. That's all you want.
Yeah. Fair trade. 3,000 lives for a half-hour conversation.
It will be good to walk away from that conversation regardless of how we feel it goes.
That's not part of the deal, I suspect.
That's why I clarified.
I'll allow it.
Nice.
Just feeding off the pride, thinking that you might get away if you do, might be just delicious enough for it.
So
I mean, I already know my head's going someplace that's not on my shoulders, so honestly, I'm not overly concerned about
Everyone's
that.
like, excuse me, what?
Like, I don't feel like I'm tricking fate anytime soon. I just don't know when that's going to be. So, I don't know that that's more of a pride thing.
Mm. Well,
Meanwhile, back at the crossroads with Clancy.
You should probably
I wonder
know.
what they're talking about.
As I am not inclined to enter into such an agreement with someone with the influence that you have,
yes.
I will have to decline. But you should probably know that you attract too much attention to town. I happen to know of 2 other people that would probably be drawn to that chaos. I don't think you want to run into them. One of them's like the size of a mountain. One of them looks like he probably helped run a train at one point.
Oh, yes, Techie and them.
I mean,
good individuals. We'll see how that goes.
I just feel like,
They're fair enough individuals.
but I at least am disinclined to make deals that I'm not sure I can keep my end of.
Of course. Then a little advice towards you. If I'm not the one who was in the 7th place in the little geode,
Right, who is? I'm sure we'll have a very fun time discovering that.
have a safe journey.
I will tip my hat, and Winterwolf will walk off. Winterwolf says, I am not making bargains with angels.
I think it'd make a nice date.
Well, I mean, I'm not interested in it in that way.
Oh, I'm not either.
That was spoken as a man who definitely didn't mean that in that
She can
way.
still hear you. You guys haven't walked away.
No, we haven't.
As you're saying that, she does take a very heavy breath in.
Like she's surprised?
As
No,
in,
like
as in
she's
she's,
like,
as in like
yes.
sniffing something out of the air. It's
Delicious.
like primal the way she sniffs.
It's not me. I don't have any pride.
I don't know, pianos.
Oh.
Oh,
Is that pride, though?
This is
I guess
what
I'm kind of proud that I rebuilt a little bit portion of it.
oh, there you go then.
Yes.
As to some
She sort of
extent.
just continues standing there as you guys, I assume,
Man,
head
what's taking them
towards.
so long?
Yeah.
I'd be
Winterwolf, come this way. And the
Winterwolf.
two just standing.
Winterwolf gonna kill me. He might be the one that decapitates
You
me.
do what you want, but I am not making deals that I can't hold.
I might be
man.
acquiesced to possibly partake in said adventures, with the possibility of.
She didn't necessarily make a deal. She didn't make a deal. She's just like, all right, since that's happening, we at least. It's not necessarily a deal, but she's just like, no.
Yeah, but,
If I would listen to you for a 30-minute conversation if you made sure that your siblings did not completely destroy, or no. No. If you make sure that
I'm not a genie. I'm not gonna bind your words. I don't have that power.
I don't know how this shit works.
I feast off of pride.
Well, that part I gathered.
That's
but
it.
I don't know how.
I mean,
all
yeah,
this
I
stuff
understand
goes
how the rest of
together.
my other siblings work, but I'm a lot more simple of a creature. I just live off pride.
There's one of you that has like 84 arms that can decimate an entire building somewhere.
Oh yeah,
There's-
rats.
There's one of you that like eats things like forgive me my ignorance, but I am
Is that
not
pride?
inclined to assume that you don't have some kind of crazy super wizard powers.
Well, that's
No. It would be technically it'd be witch powers.
Or
because-
genie powers. I don't know, whatever kind of magic power.
Salud.
you have.
true.
So,
Well, then I'll leave you just one thing left. And she sort of puts her mouth next to your ear. Not all my siblings have to survive this conflict.
What'd she say?
And she just walks away.
I guess we'll be talking sometime.
She was hitting on you just through.
Through the conduit
She's
of
just
another.
nervous.
Yeah.
I understand.
I know you get that way around people too.
What?
Well, I don't even totally know if that was an agreement. It didn't feel like one.
We'll take what we can get.
So I assume I'm gonna get there ahead of them.
Oh yeah.
And we'll jog to catch up, I guess. Or I'll jog to catch up. I don't know.
Why are you running?
Sorry.
Oh yeah, I'll go.
You guys get back to them, and you see wagon, some provisions on it, and Clancy.
While I'm going, what's in this file that she handed me?
The locations of all of the
Okay.
of all of the current positions of the six.
I'm like,
Well, that was
when we get up
generous.
there, I'm gonna be like, "Oh, sheriff, here you go."
Thanks. You didn't have to kill anyone for this.
Nope. They she just let me have it.
Well,
Word of advice: she is squarely outside of your pay grade.
Yes. Square.
duly noted.
I believe the term that was used was angels of conception.
Ah, good.
Right.
So, yeah.
In other good news, she didn't give the information to the Hofstettlers directly.
She did, however, give him to the mayor, who I'm sure has turned around by this point.
Or will in the future, but squarely above our ability to deal with.
At the current, yeah.
I mean, something like that. Yeah.
Well, speaking of which, Duke, do you mind staying behind for a little while to help me out with a few things? I know your specific skills might come in handy.
That's not questionable at all.
No.
About that,
Mm.
I was thinking I could leave town, like leave with them to give the appearance that we all left,
Fair enough.
and I would come back in town disguised.
Yeah, because I might have you look into the mayor a little bit and see what you can learn. And then I'll send him back towards where you guys are. But
Thank you.
if you don't mind me borrowing him for a little while,
Or
just to get some
separating?
information. Only for a little while.
It's just me.
Besides, you got Clancy.
Do we?
And he's
Yes.
your
Big guy.
friend?
I've known Clancy for a long time. It's not more that you become Clancy's friend. Clancy becomes your friend.
I like Clancy.
Clancy, are we
Oh
friends?
no, Clancy's great.
I mean, I've not known you a long time, but I suppose we're friends.
You like music?
I like you quite a bit, Clancy.
I mean, yeah.
I can play the piano.
Okay.
I like you, man. A few words. Yeah.
There's just a piano. You're gonna log a piano on a wagon, or
Absolutely.
okay. It might not survive the trip.
Hopefully, it's not like too much. I mean, it's not like it shouldn't get in the way. It's like
We're bringing a piano.
a little tiny crank piano.
See, I don't think you're very clear in communicating that.
Oh well, it's a little tiny crank piece like this big.
Oh, okay.
It's all good. It's all good.
That's all good now. All right.
Alright, Duke, be careful, alright?
Okay, so while I'm in town on this, guys, I'll try to get information as
Good
it
luck.
comes through. And
I mean, you won't be able to get it to us probably unless you've got some.
well, worst case scenario, I'll leave town and go somewhere else.
I mean,
to
presumably
send it.
he can send a message to Timber Pine.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just be careful, alright?
Yeah, take
Yeah,
care of
this-
yourself.
I got this.
Prof will hand you like a little.
But I am leaving with
Sheet
you
of
to go
paper.
out of town to give the
Mhm.
appearance in case
Yeah.
anybody's watching.
Prof is gonna hand you a piece of paper that's got another sheet, blank sheet on the top. That's what we got so far.
Alrighty, I'll pull it up here in my pocket.
You guys, with Clancy leading, start heading northward. You guys go and travel through most of the night. When sun rises, you turn around and start heading back to Mesa Springs to help Lachey.
So by this
Somebody
time,
else.
I am going to be disguised.
Okay.
In the morning, you don't see Duke. What you see is a young, beautiful woman in a fashionable blue dress.
I'm sorry, I'm not decent.
And you just like what come out of Duke's tent?
Yeah.
Just like Duke.
A point of hand at you with like. With
Well, I mean, y'all seen this one before.
oh, okay, yeah, never mind.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did a little demonstration on how I can.
Oh, that's-
Right,
I
right,
didn't
right.
show
Sorry.
exactly how I
Yeah. But you
changed.
told us how you could disguise. Okay, sorry.
Yes.
Okay.
That is a look, sir.
Well, thank you, madam. Name's Annabelle. I was like, Anna Marie.
Well, Anna Marie, you look lovely.
Well, thank you.
Yep,
I try my best.
I can tell.
That's impressive.
It's really, I don't understand it, but you know, I can look a little older and younger depending on the day, but that's a whole different ballgame.
I'm definitely like shorter and
Prof is
more fit.
Yep.
Well, good luck to y'all, and I'll see what I can do to get some information and what comes through and all that stuff, and hope for the best.
safe from us.
Have your little cutsy. Have a good day.
And then you walk off in a blue dress.
He really acts to the bit, doesn't he?
I was to say, as soon as he's out of earshot, that is uncanny.
It is real weird. How you doing over there? Your reactions are always odd to him.
Just quite the ability he's got.
It
Right.
drives you nuts, doesn't it?
As you guys begin heading northward, and you heading back to Mesa Springs to help, we're gonna close tonight's session right there.
Quick question. What was on that sheet?
So it's a breakdown of everything he was able to gather from your blood, and then his workup on as much as he can tell, like how you might be able to use it, like if you were trying to do like a transfusion to somebody, things like that.
We're gonna get an epilogue.
Good job. An epilogue?
And we got one last time, so I was just curious.
Yeah, we had 3 episodes
Yeah,
last
yeah,
time.
we're
Yeah,
not.
yeah. No, you're right. That was 3 episodes.
Nothing,
You're right.
nothing important story-wise has happened within that time,
You're
so I
right.
think we're good.
You're right.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much for joining us this evening. Reminder: this has been a pre-recorded episode of Derringers and Desperados. Be sure that you tune in to on our regular schedule.
Monday.
It might have changed between now and the time this airs. So
What?
you never know.
I know, I was just joking.
I noticed the other day that I mentioned on a pre-recorded that it was
on Tuesdays.
We aired on Tuesdays,
Yep.
and we don't air on Tuesdays anymore. So you can, however, stay tuned to our Discord server for our regular schedule. There is a channel there that will let you know when we are airing things on the regular schedule. So be sure you tune into that and check that out. You can also go out to our YouTube page. Just go out to YouTube and search for Casual Cactus, Casual with a C, Cactus with a K, and you'll be able to find all of the video content that we have created. While you're over there, if it's your first time, do hit like and subscribe. Make sure you turn on the notifications. You'll always know when we put new content out. We will catch you next time on either a live stream or our next recorded episodes. Until then, do remember.
Grab your bats and grab your balls.
And if all you have is a hammer, everything looks like a glass house. Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Wait, I thought we were coming up with some.